4, there'll be win, place, and exacta wagering. Race 4, you may scratch the number 2 horse. I'll be seeing you due to transportation. Scratch the number 2 horse due to transportation. Turn to race 5. Race 5, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, quinella, and trifecta wagering. Turn to race 6. Race 6, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, quinella, and trifecta wagering. Race 6, number 4, Grover Hill. Change the driver to David Lake. David Lake will drive number 4, Grover Hill. Turn to race 7. Race 7, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, and quinella wagering. Race 7, number 5, Remarkably Smart. Make the driver David Lake. David Lake will drive number 5, Remarkably Smart. Turn to race 8. Race 8, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, quinella, and trifecta wagering. Race 8, number 1, Roxy's Tom will be wearing trotting hobbles for the first time. First time trotting hobbles for Roxy's Tom, and change the driver on Roxy's Tom to Clifton Bell. Clifton Bell will drive number 1, Roxy's Tom. Number 3, Rose Run Zeb. Change the driver to David Lake. David Lake will drive number 3, Rose Run Zeb. Number 5, Wilder. Change the driver to Ryan Stahl. Ryan Stahl will drive number 5, Wilder. Number 6, Banker's Slim Chance. Change the driver to Greg Bateson. Greg Bateson will drive number 6, Banker's Slim Chance. Turn to race 9. Race 9, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, and quinella wagering. And race 9 will be the first half of a daily double along with race 10. Turn to race 10. Race 10 will be the second half of that daily double along with race 9, and there will be win, place, show, exacta, quinella, and trifecta wagering in race 10. Race 10, number 2, Super Spirit. Change the driver to Ryan Stahl. Ryan Stahl will drive number 2, Super Spirit. Number 5, Tulsa Bell. Change the driver to Mark St. Louis Jr. Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive number 5, Tulsa Bell. Turn to race 11. Race 11, there'll be win, place, show, exacta, quinella, and trifecta wagering. Race 11, number 1, Truly Flying. Change the driver to Cameron Keena. Cameron Keena will drive number 1, Truly Flying. Number 4, Eisenman. Change the driver to David Lake. David Lake will drive number 4, Eisenman in race 11. Now, those are the only changes and corrections that we have at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Nobody comes to races anymore, do they?
No, this used to be a good one.
This used to be a great fair. Oh well, I'm gonna go down on the Chase Street for 2 races.
You're attached to the barns. You start hooking your horses for race 1. That's Lather Up Athens, JB Magic, Dragon Games, Legendary Photo, Eddie's Little Legend, Pete Said, and Believe in Tom. Hook them up and bring them on out. Remember, we parade the right way of the track, so when you bring your horses on the track, just keep them there in that last turn. When you're all out, we'll parade the right way of the track.
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Westland Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Our starting postword for race 1. This is the first division of the 2-year-old Colt Pace, going for a purse of $4,854. This is the Vision Quest Trophy race. Number 1 is Leather Up Athens, owned and trained by Matt Waltz of Clayton, Michigan, driven by Brian Stahl. Number 2 is JB Magic, owned by Bob Geist of Salina, trained by Ty Bates, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is Dragon Games, owned by the Deer Lake Stables LLC of Osseo, Michigan, trained by Thad Doty, the driver David Lake. Number 4 is Legendary Photo, owned by Stephen Reese of Republic and J&R Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver Rod Adams Jr. Number 5 is Eddie's Little Legend, owned by Wasika Lauder of Taylor, Michigan, trained and driven by Ed Conrad. Number 6 is Pete Said, owned by Rick Astle of Oakwood, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 7 is Believe in Tom, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Horses will take one score and go to the gate.
Well, good evening and welcome to Oak Harbor, Ohio, on the banks of the Portage River, the Ottawa County Fair, Day 2 of Harness Racing Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Doug Ballinger and Matt Clark along with you tonight, 11 big ones. Kicking it off with a 2-year-old Colt Pace, first of 3 divisions for $4,854. Field of 7 to go to the gate. The one is Lather Up Athens. Ryan Stahl drives the 2-year-old bay-goated son of Lather Up, making its first career start, coming off a qualifier, 59-1 at Scioto Downs. Number 2, JB Magic. Drew Neal drives a 2-year-old gray-goated son of Fear the Dragon for Ty Bates and owner Robert Geist of Salina. JB Magic coming off of that impressive win last Friday in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto Downs, gate to wire, 152-4, final quarter in 27 seconds. That's the 2, JB Magic. Number 3, Dragon Games. David Lake will get the drive for Thad Doty. This is the 2-year-old bay-goated son of Fear the Dragon. First career start, qualifier at Northfield, timed in 2:01. Number 4 is Legendary Photo. Rod Adams Jr. for Jamie Weller, the 2-year-old bay-goated son, a bit of a legend. 2 starts this year, has a third. That third coming at Marion, timed in 2:06-4. The 4, Legendary Photo. Ed Conrad, the 5, Addie's Little Angel. This 2-year-old bay-goated son, a bit of a legend. 2 starts, has 1 second on the season. He was placed second at Paulding in the opening fair of the season, the mile in 2:09-1. Pierce Henry will drive the 6. Pete Said for Chad Williamson. Claude Estel, 2-year-old brown-goated son of Well Said, has 3 starts on the year, has a win and a second. That win 2 back and 6-1 at Marion. And rounding out the field, the 7, Believe in Tom. Mark St. Louis Jr. for trainer Steve Novak. Gerald Migel owns 2-year-old bay-goated son of Long Tom. In this pacing race, has 3 starts this season, 1 win, 1 third, $10,000 in earnings, back-to-back wins. I guess the one is a qualifier at Scioto, and 53-2, so he could be a tough one in here. Believe in Tom's last win was 53-2 at Scioto Downs, also in the Buckeye Stallion Series. So we got 2 Buckeye Stallion Series winners in here from last Friday night, JB Magic and Believe in Tom. So it should be a good one, Matt. We got 7 of them heading to the gate. Lather Up Athens, JB Magic, Dragon Games, Legendary Photo, Addie's Little Legend, Pete Said, and Believe in Tom. Let's go across the track to the voice of the Ottawa County Fair, Bill Peters.
Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away is JB Magic. Up on the outside, second is Believe in Tom. Dropping in there, third is Dragon Games. Moving up fourth is Legendary Photo. At the rail, fifth is Lather Up Athens. Moving up on the outside, sixth, that's Pete Said. And the last horse is Eddie's Little Legend. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Drew Neal has JB Magic on top by a length and a half. Racing second is Believe in Tom, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Racing in there third is Dragon Games, driven by David Lake. Right there fourth, Legendary Photo, driven by Rod Adams Jr. 29. First quarter pace in 29 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time. That's still JB Magic by a length and a half over Believe in Tom. At the rail, third is Dragon Games. Up on the outside, fourth is Legendary Photo. Moving up fifth on the outside, that is Pete Said. Racing in there sixth along the rail is Lather Up Athens. The last horse, Eddie's Little Legend. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Drew Neal and JB Magic bringing the horses to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's Mark St. Louis Jr. with Believe in Tom. 59 and 3. First half pace in 59 and 3/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that three-quarter mile mark. The one to catch is JB Magic. The closest horse second is Believe in Tom. Racing in there third is Dragon Games. Fourth it is Pete Said. Moving up fifth on the outside now is Lather Up Athens. At the rail sixth is Eddie's Little Legend. Going to that three-quarter mile mark. Now Mark St. Louis is out and on the move with Believe in Tom. That's JB Magic along the rail. On the outside is Believe in Tom. They're racing head for head as they race past that three-quarter mile mark. 3 quarters in 129 and 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Now JB Magic gets new life and opens up about a 3.5 length lead over Believe in Tom. Racing up on the outside third. Now that is Pete Said. As they race toward home though, it's going to be JB Magic. And here the outcome. Believe in Tom up for place. Up for show is Lather Up Athens. 157. A mile in 157. A new track record for 2-year-old Colt Pacers.
Pretty nice colt there, Doug.
Very nice colt. Owned by Bob Geist of Salina, 2-year-old brown gelding by Fear the Dragon out of the artificial mare Dragon Type A. Type H trains. Drew Neal gets the drive. JB Magic coming in off of that win, Buckeye Stallion Series last Friday night, where he cut the mile through fractions of 27 and 3, 57 and 1, 25 and 3, home in 52 and 4, final quarter 27 seconds.
Geared down at the wire. I mean, there he's got some pace. It's a nice little colt there. I thought it was really going to be a pretty good match race there around the last turn and into the stretch, but you know, when Believe in Tom got up next to him, I don't think Drew was worried at all.
He popped the plugs, it looked like, over there right at 3/4. I have the back half in 56 and 2. Gate to wire for JB Magic 29, 59 3, 129 and 2. Home and track record time for 2-year-old Pacers 157. 2-year-old Colt Pace, Brian Brown, Cameron McCown, 2020, 158 and 2. Now JB Magic was a $12,000 yearling purchase, bred by Emerald Highland Farms, out of the Type A Gray Mare, bred by Emerald Highland Farms. Bob Geist in the winner's circle, along with connections from Salina. You see Type H. Let's go to Bill Peters.
For 2-year-old Colt Pacers, 157. The old record was 158 and 2/5 by Phelan Western in 2020. For Bob Geist, Type H, Drew Neal, and JB Magic, the winner of race 1. Sings for race 1 from the top. Number 1, Lather Up Athens was third. Number 2, JB Magic was the winner. Number 3, Dragon Games was 5th. Number 4, Legendary Photo was 7th. Number 5, Eddie's Little Legend was 6th. Number 6, Pete Said was 4th. And number 7, Believe in Tom was 2nd. Time of the first quarter was 29 seconds. A half was in 59 3/5. The 3 quarters in 129 2/5. With a mile in 157. From the top it should read 3:15.764. 2 on the bottom. The mile in 157. A new track record for 2-year-old Colt Pacers.
JB Magic, 157, a new track record. Final quarter, 27-3. Final half, 57-2. What a mile, 3:40 in the second race. 3-year-old Colt Pace, first of 2 divisions. This one for $6,408. Alex on the Move, E. Voyne, Slingshot Legend. I Sure Be Quick, dragging me to the sip, but I want my money. We'll be back to take a look at all 6 of these 3-year-old Colt Pacers right after these messages.
The Ottawa County Fair is the youngest of its kind in the state of Ohio. The official record begins in 1964, but its history dates back much further. The very first fair was held in Port Clinton, almost 160 years ago. The location of the fair caused major conflict between Ottawa County towns. After 2 decades of dispute, Port Clinton and Oak Harbor decided to each hold their own independent fair. With neither seeing much success, no fair would be held in Ottawa County for the entire next century. The Ottawa County Agricultural Society was formed in the early 1960s. The organization spearheaded the reestablishment of a junior fair. It consisted of only 2 tents and a wagon pushed together to make a stage, but it was a hit. The fair grew quickly, and by 1968, the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, a racetrack was built, and harness racing was introduced the same year. The Sulkies brought new excitement for spectators. Today, the Ottawa County Fair features 2 days of standardbred racing. They are a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference and include a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and Pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio.
Can we turn your phone down, Doug? I'm hearing it back in the headset.
It's on to race 2, 3-year-old Colt Pace, first of 2 divisions, $6,400 for this second race. 1, Alex on the Move. Pierce Henry drives for Chad Williamson, the 3-year-old Big Auto son of Western Terror out of the Art Major Mare Woman Rebels. 15 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, $7,059. 2 back was a winner at Marion in 203-3. The 1, Alex on the Move. Clifton Bell will drive number 2, E. Voyne for Ross Sutherland. The 3-year-old Bay Colt is by Bit of the Legend out of the Big Bad John Mare. Pistol Packin' Baby. 4 starts, has a third. Last year had 1 win, 8,400 lifetime. Took his mark as a 2-year-old, 206-3 last year here at Oak Harbor. Number 3, Slingshot Legend, Rod Adams Jr. for Jamie Weller, 3-year-old Bay Gilling by Bit of a Legend out of the Western Hanover Mare, Chica Hanover. JNR Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio owns 2 starts, is yet to hit the board. Had a 4th place finish in a qualifier at Souda Downs on July 8th. Slingshot Legend was timed in 1:58.3. 4, I Sure Be Quick. Curtis Harper drives for Mike Sweeney. 3-year-old Bay Golden by Do Me That Again out of the Fly Buckeye Mare, Bellflower. Patrick Sweeney in partnership with Ronald King and Marion Beachy own 5 starts this season for I Sure Be Quick. Has a second and a third. Lifetime 5,700. Last time out at Bell Fountain was third, beaten 10 lengths in 58-1. I Sure Be Quick paced the mile in 2 minutes and a fifth. Number 5 is Dragging Me to the Sip. Derek Flowers trains and drives. Henry Timble owns. 3-year-old bay gelded son of Fear the Dragon out of the Life Sign mare. Feel Life has 6 starts, has 1 second, 2,000 this year on his card. Last time out, finished 4th at Bell Fountain, the mile in 59-1. Dragging Me to the Sip, paced home in 2:05 2/5. And rounding out the field, number 6, I Want My Money. Pierce Henry teams up with the Robert Brooks, 3-year-old brown gilded son of Dancing Yankee out of the Stand Forever mare, Forever Ivy. Is owned by David Jury of Bucyrus. 14 starts this year for I Want My Money. 6 wins, a second, 2/3, 26,000 in earnings, and rightfully so. He's the fans' pick. He's at 3-5 on the board. He's won 2 in a row at Northfield on July 3rd. Was a winner in 56-1 on July 9th at Bell Fountain. Got home in 58-1. Both of those last 2 wins, gate to wire for I Want My Money. That's a look at the field for the second. Gorgeous evening. It's cooled off, Matt. We got some wind blowing. We both have umbrellas up here. The sun is somewhat behind the clouds. Rain threatening the area, maybe 30-40%, about 7. So hopefully we can have most of the card in before that rain arrives here at Oak Harbor.
Yeah, the wind is gusting. I'd say 20-30 at times.
Yes.
I'm sure you can hear it at home coming through our headsets. It's a brisk breeze, but it is keeping the heat down, so we'll take it.
Looking at our Facebook friends watching tonight, Mark Reinhardt is watching, Scott Tarleton watching, Kip Hartman, Rocky Miller, Jason Feely, Bob and Anna Marie Roach, I think that's in Eaton, Ohio area, Troy Schuberg, a good friend Marvin Klein from Streetsboro, Ohio checks in, Kevin Smittebush is watching from Lima, David Bryant. So we got a good following tonight. Should be a good card. You just joined us. We kicked things off with a track record in the first race. 2-year-old Pacers 157, final half 57-2, final quarter 27-3 for JB Magic as he makes it 2 in a row. He's coming off a Buckeye Stallion win at Sauda Downs last Friday where he was a winner in 52-4.
Greg Bateson on the 1, Alex on the move.
Greg Bateson will drive number 1, Alex on the move in the upcoming second race. We're getting set for a post parade for this second.
Horses are parading postward for race 2. That's the first division of the 3-year-old colt pace. Going for a purse of $6,408 and a blanket courtesy of Egg Pro of Gibsonburg. Number 1 is Alex on the Move, all by Rick Estel of Oakwood, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 2 is E.A. Voyne, all by Mike Raker of Fayette, trained by Russ Sutherland, the driver Clifton Bell. Number 3 is Slingshot Legend, owned by JNR Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver Rod Adams Jr. Number 4 is I Sure Be Quick, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, Ron King of Wyndham, Marion Beachy of Sugar Creek, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver Curtis Harper. Number 5 is Dragging Me to the Sip, owned by Henry Trimble of Byram, Mississippi, trained and driven by Derek Flowers. Number 6 is I Want My Money, owned by David Jury of Bucyrus, Ohio, trained by Robbie Brooks, the driver Pierce Henry. Horses will take 1 long score and go to the gate. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Play, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering here in race 2.
Well, there you had the post parade for the second race. I just checked the temperature. I think it was still 87 here, or 82, I should say. 12 mile an hour, but it's gusting at 20 at times. The forecast, Matt, for the rain, we should be in good shape. There's no rain. It showed 30 and 40%, you know, there at 7, but that's all backed out of there now, so hopefully we can get home without getting wet.
Yeah, that sounds good. The wind is blowing right up the stretch, so it would be a headwind they're coming into. into the stretch. But track's in great shape. They've been watering it a lot since I've been here. They really got it packed down pretty good, and track record in the first race should be a good night.
2 nice colts there.
Yeah. Yep,
Both
I'd say.
coming off of Buckeye Stallion Series wins. And Buckeye Stallion Series, I was talking to Christy Geis about JB Magic. He will race next Monday at Northfield, so that's a Buckeye Stallion Series for 2-year-old Pacers next Monday at Northfield. Field has completed their score. They've made their turn. Starting gate awaits the horses. The wings of the Rothmount starting gate open, and the field for the second have made their turn. They're headed to the gate. We're also live tonight from Carrollton County Fair, and 7 races tonight. I believe they kicked it off at 7. They raced this afternoon around noon with only 5, but 7 tonight. Tomorrow evening, OHHA cameras will be at Bucyrus, Ohio, with a 6 o'clock start and a 5 o'clock start at Washington Courthouse. So that's the action for tomorrow on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association website for Ohio County Fair Racing. Gates rolling. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call of the second.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away at the rail is Alex on the Move. Up on the outside second is Dragging Me to the Sip. On the outside third is I Want My Money. At the rail fourth, that is E.A. Voyne. Racing fifth is I Sure Be Quick, and the last horse is Slingshot Legend. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Pierce Henry has I Want My Money on top by about 3 lengths. Racing second is Alex on the Move, driven by Greg Bateson. And their third is E.A. Voyne, driven by Crufton Bell. Fourth, it's Dragging Me to the Sip, driven by Derek Flowers. Racing fifth is I Sure Be Quick, driven by Curtis Harper. The last horse, Slingshot Legend, driven by Rod Adams Jr. First quarter paced in 28 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's I Want My Money on top now by 2 lengths. Alex on the Move paces in there second with E.A. Voyne third. Racing fourth as they race down to the half, that is Dragging Me to the Sip. Racing fifth, that is I Sure Be Quick, and trailing is Slingshot Legend. First half paced in 58 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to the 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is I Want My Money. Racing in there second is Alex on the Move. Third at the rail is E.A. Voyne. A little farther back fourth comes Dragging Me to the Sip. Fifth is I Sure Be Quick, and the last horse, Slingshot Legend. Front three pretty well bunched as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's I Want My Money by 2 lengths. Alex on the Move racing second, and right there third is E.A. Voyne. 3/4 and 128 2/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That is still I Want My Money by 2.5 lengths. Getting a little rough gated second is Alex on the Move, and moving up on the outside third is E.A. Voyne. As they turn for home, that's I Want My Money with the lead. Alex on the Move trying to come over the last race along with E.A. Voyne, but past the stands, it's going to be I Want My Money. Alex on the Move up for place, up for show is E.A. Voyne. 58:30. 1 mile in 1:58 3/5.
I Want My Money home in 158 3 through fractions of 28 4, 58 2, 128 2. Front end speed holding up. Pierce Henry put I Want My Money on the front end and never looked back. I Want My Money, the 3-year-old Bago, the son of Dancing Yankee, out of the stand. Forever Mare, Forever Ivy is owned by David Jury, Bucyrus, Ohio. Robert Brooks trains. Pierce Henry and Robert Brooks, a good combination. 7th win of the season for I Want My Money, 3rd in a row. A winner at Northfield July 3rd. On July 9th was a winner at Bell Fountain. 58 3 just moments ago here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor. Unofficially second, the one Alex on the move. Third, the 2 E.E. Voyne. Fourth, the 4 I Sure Be Quick. The Ohio County Fair Harness Racing Passport. We'll talk about that here momentarily. Going to the winner's circle with Bill Peters.
Coming down the track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Bucyrus, Ohio, comes number 6, I Want My Money. Owned by David Jury, trained by Robbie Brooks, and driven to victory this evening by Pierce Henry. That's a big hand here for Robbie Brooks, Pierce Henry, and I Want My Money, the winner of race 2. Two from the top. Number 1, Alex on the Move was second. Number 2, E.A. Voyne was third. Number 3, Slingshot Legend was sixth. Number 4, I Sure Be Quick was fourth. Number 5, Dragging Me to the Sip was fifth. Number 6, I Want My Money was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 28 and 4/5. The half was in 58 and 2/5. The 3 quarters in 128 and 2/5, with a mile in 158 and 3/5. From the top, it should read 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 1. A mile in 158 and 3/5. In the upcoming race 3, you may scratch the number 1 horse, Lavander Rosa L, scratch sick. Number 4, Buster Shady. The driver will be Clifton Bell.
Well, it's on to race 3. It's going to be a field of 3. We're going to scratch the 1, Lavander Rosa. Clifton Bell will drive the 4. This is a condition pace. Only a field of 3. We'll be back to take a look at that third race right after these messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. 2 down, 9 to go. We're going to talk about the Ohio Fair Racing Passport that Susan Schroeder and Frank Frost came up through this winter. Has all 65 fairs in there, like 125 days of racing. You pick one of these up from any Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association employee at one of the broadcasts, and we'll put a little sticker or horseshoe on whatever fair you attended that night, and They're going to add them up, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most stickers will get a prize. I'm sure they're giving more than one prize, but we have 65 county fairs, 125 days of racing, and tonight we're here on the banks of the Portage River and Ottawa County Fair in Ohio. We're on to the third race. Condition pace. Just a field of 3 with a scratch of that 1. 2 is Sea of Dreams, Pierce Henry for Robert Brooks. They team up once again. 5 starts this year, has a third. That third coming at Northfield. The mile in 57 and 4, Sea of Dreams. 58 and 2, beaten 2 3/4 to 3. Takara's Fire, Drew Neal for Jason Elser. 2-year-old Bago, the son of Catch the Fire. Making its first career start, a qualifier at Northfield Park. Paced his mile in 2:05 and 3. The 3, Takara's Fire. 4, Buster's Shady, Clifton Bell. Bill Webb trains and drives. First career start for Buster's Lady. Won a qualifier on July 6th at Hoosier Park. The mile 57 and 4. 2 minutes flat. Final quarter 28 and 3 for Buster's Shady.
Circling back there, Doug, real quick to that last race, I just saw in the comments that one of the co-owners, that was his first win with a blanket, or first blanket that he's gotten at a county fair. So I don't know if that was his first win. I kind of imagine so, but that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's a thrill, I'm sure.
Robbie and Stephanie Brooks they do a great job. They've got a real nice stable. It's not a ton of horses, but they all race well, and you can always count on them racing good at the fairs here. And congratulations to them for introducing somebody new to it.
Watching with us tonight, and they're flipping back and forth. The Carrollton County Fair is going on now. They had a 5 o'clock post, and they started this afternoon with that card at noon with 5. 7 tonight. That's Home Talent Colt Stakes. Tomorrow evening, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast team will set up shop at the Fayette County Fairgrounds in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Should be a fun night there. It's chamber night. They call it community night. They give away a lot of great prizes, and they have a wiener dog contest. 12 races tomorrow, post time at 5. We're back at Courthouse on 11 a.m. July 20th this Saturday. This Wednesday, tomorrow evening, Matt will be at Bucyrus, the Crawford County Fair, post time at 12. Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old Pacers, 3-year-old Trotters, 2-year-old Pacers, and 2-year-old Trotters go. Water Michael Memorial Signature Series for 5,000 goes. 12 races tomorrow evening. They're back at it Thursday. That will be the only fair going on Thursday night. That's a 6 o'clock post back there at Bucyrus. Then it's into Mount Vernon Saturday at 1, Saturday at 6. That's July 20th, 1 and 6 at Mount Vernon. As we mentioned, Washington Courthouse will race tomorrow evening and back Saturday at 11. Then it's into Marysville, Union County Fair, Sunday and Monday, 11 o'clock post each day. That's Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action also both of those evenings, Sunday the 21st, Monday the 22nd, with a 6 o'clock post at Tiffin.
Did you have a driver on the 4 in here, Doug? Looks like Pierce over there is driving the 2. He's down on the 2 and the 4.
Clifton Bell is
Okay.
driving the 4. We're going to scratch 1 Clifton Bell. That'll wind gust right through here. I'm sure you can hear it at home on your TV or laptop, whatever you're using. It gust right through here, probably about 20 mile an hour at times, but it is a gorgeous evening. I don't believe last night I noticed a boat out on, I don't know if there's that much boat traffic on the...
I saw 1 jet ski, and that was it. I don't think there is a whole lot of boat traffic out there. It looks nice.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure probably a little choppy today in this wind.
So we're waiting the field to come out for the third race. We got 2 out, need 1 more.
There he comes.
Final horses coming to the track. So this is only a field of 3 with a scratch of the 1. Scott Tarleton is watching. Scott asked who won the first race. JB Magic won it. Was the winner in track record time. Gate to wire, 1:57, a track record for 2-year-old Pacers. Let's hear Bill Peters with the post parade.
Horses are printing postword for race 3. This is a pace for 2- and 3-year-olds. Also eligible non-winners at $2,500 lifetime. Also eligible maidens going for a purse of $800. Number 1, Lavender Rosa has been drawn. Number 2 is Sea of Dreams, owned by Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio, trained by Robbie Brooks, the driver, Pierce Henry. Number 3 is Takara's Fire, owned and trained by Jason Elser of Montpelier, the driver is Drew Neal. Number 4 is Buster Shady, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance, the driver, Clifton Bell. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate and mute.
Scratched down to a field of 3 for the maidens here. Bucyrus has a couple maiden races tomorrow, maiden paces, 2 divisions of it. I think they're both going for about $1,800 over there.
Oh, really? It's a good purse for an overnight at a county fair anymore.
They got a little help from one Don Tiger. So Charlie May might have chipped in on that a little bit.
Don Tiger does so much for the sport of harness racing. I believe he's working the OHHA set tonight at Carrollton County Fair. The Carroll County Fair in Carrollton, Ohio, I should say. Don enjoys that. He was working. He was on the mic this afternoon there. Starting gate moves into position. Field of 3 for this third race.
I think we're over 20-mile-an-hour winds.
I believe so now.
Doug.
Yes.
Yeah, it's picking up.
On the way to the gate, the first horse in at the rail will be Sea of Dreams. Then comes Takara's Fire with Buster Shady on the outside. Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away is Buster Shady. Dropping in their second is Sea of Dreams. And the last horse is Takara's Fire. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Clifton Bell has Buster Shady on top by 2 lengths. Pacing in their second is Sea of Dreams, driven by Pierce Henry, and Pierce Henry's out and on the move now with Sea of Dreams. The last horse is Takara's Fire, driven by Drew Neal. Going toward that quarter-mile mark, that's Sea of Dreams on the outside with the lead. Out the rail second is Buster Shady, and the third horse is Takara's Fire.
29:01.
First quarter paced in 29 and 1/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that is Sea of Dreams by a length and a half. Buster Shady continues to pace second with Takara's Fire third. No change as they race down toward the half. That's still Pierce Henry with Sea of Dreams on top, followed by Clifton Bell and Buster Shady, and then comes Takara's Fire with Drew Neal. Past the half-mile mark, that's still Sea of Dreams by a length and a half. First half paced in 59 and 3/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to the 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Sea of Dreams. The closest horse second is Buster Shady, and then comes Takara's Fire. That's Sea of Dreams by 2 lengths as they head down the backside. Closing in now, just a wee bit second is Buster Shady, and third is Takara's Fire. Past that 3/4 mile mark, that's still Sea of Dreams by a length and a half. 3/4 and 1:29 and 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, they've got to catch Sea of Dreams. The closest horse second trying to go on is Buster Shady. That's Sea of Dreams and Buster Shady as they turn it for home. Sea of Dreams now by 2 lengths over Buster Shady as they race through the lane. That's Sea of Dreams and Buster Shady closing fast on the outside. Sea of Dreams and Buster Shady. Sea of Dreams and Buster Shady right together. Looks like tight at the wire. There, looks like we got the wheels hooked too. Sea of Dreams and Buster Shady are right together at the wire. 1 mile in 2 minutes and 2/5.
Boy, they did lock wheels.
They did. What I could see, I would say the 2-horse Sea of Dreams is the winner. But
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, it looked like it from here.
29 and 1 for the quarter, 59 and 3, 29 and 3, 3/4 a mile, 2 minutes, 2/5. Sea of Dreams, your 1-9 post time favorite. 7-1 on the 3, Takara's Fire. 7-2, the 4, Buster Shady. The judges have asked for a photo or conferring with the photo finish gentleman. Pierce Henry coming back here in the first turn. No announcement as yet.
Yeah, Clifton Bell is already back in the barns. Are unhooking now. So I think Pierce is pretty confident.
So if it does stand, Pierce Henry will get back-to-back wins. He won the second here in the third.
There, they called him in. 1-9, didn't disappoint.
No.
It was close, though. Probably had some people sweating.
Moving down the track into the winner's circle where all the winners go. Coming in from Apple Creek, Ohio, comes number 2, Sea of Dreams. Owned by Ivy Holdings, trained by Robbie Brooks, and driven to victory by Pierce Henry. And his tire marks are still there from the last race.
Big blanket there.
Let's have a big hand here for Robbie Brooks, Pierce Henry, and Sea of Dreams, the winner of race 3. Here are the official placings for race 3 from the top. Number 1, Lavender Roselle have been drawn. Number 2, Sea of Dreams was a winner. Number 3, Takara's Fire was third. Number 4, Buster Shady was second. Time of the first quarter was 29 1/5. The half was in 59 3/5. The 3 quarters in 129 3/5. With a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5. For the top, it should read scratch 132, a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5.
Well, it's on to the fourth race, 2-year-old colt trot. First of 2 divisions for $6,420. We're going to scratch the 2. I'll be seeing you, and if you're following along with your program at home, you can go to OhioHarnessRacing.com to print off your program for any event 2 hours before post time. We'll be back to take a look at the fourth race right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. It's on to the fourth 2-year-old colt trot for $6,420. Down to a field of 4, scratch the 2, I'll be seeing you, the 1, Big Dilly Billy. This is a Buckeye Classic purchase for $1,200. 2-year-old bay gelded son of Billville Powerful out of the Big Dog Mare Midwest Hottie. Brian Broing trains for Tina Hustenstein. Had a start at Bellefontaine, finished 4th distance, 2 is scratch, 3 Typhoon Tony, Dan Veneer, $30,000 Buckeye Classic purchase, the 3 Typhoon Tony, Veneer trains. This 2-year-old bay colt by Uncle Peter out of the Striking Sauber Mare, Hurricane Hazel, Veneer Racing, L. Sanders, Schuberg Racing of Florida owned 2 starts. Last time out was 4th at Bellefontaine. 4 Massive Hill, Ryan Stahl, trains and drives. The 2-year-old bay gelded son of Watt the Hill out of the Muscle Massive Mare. Striking Volo, a $25,000 Ohio Select yearling. Made breaks his last 2 starts, had 2 fifths. That was a qualifier at Delaware in a fair race at Marion on July 3rd. 5 Chill Hill, Clifton Bell for Chris Beaver. Owned by Sandra Burnett, Wilmington, Chris Beaver of Radnor, the 2-year-old bay gelded son of Watt the Hill. Out of the Chip Hooray Mare, Miss Pollyanna is a homebred from Sandra Burnett's farm. First career start, 2 starts at Delaware in qualifiers on June 18th and 25th. Both showed breaks and distance for Chill Hill. That's a look at the field for the 4th race. They'll be out shortly. As we said, we have 11 races tonight. Gordon Whitty, Signature Series Trot coming up later on in the card. That's race 10, Republic Return, Super Spirit. Rose Run Vincent, Normally Stormy, Tulsa Bell. Republic Return coming off that win, Matt, at Bellefontaine, and we were there covering that night. He paid $20-some to win.
Looked great.
It looked great, yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty loaded bunch there.
So we wait to post parade. We got 2-3 out. We need 2 more. 2 more.
I don't know how much of that caught the airwaves, but Pierce Henry's father just stopped up.
Oh, that was
yeah.
That was Pierce. I can see a little bit of Pierce in him now.
Yep. Pierce used to drive for us whenever we could get him. He's always one of the top guys at whatever fair he's driving at, it seems like.
Yeah, he's got back-to-back wins. Pierce won the second and the third. I'm sure Pierce is in the top. I haven't got a list of the top drivers in the county fair circuit yet this year. I don't. Is it on the OHHA?
I'm not sure. Roger, I thought, usually takes care of that, so it might be on Roger's post.
I looked too today and didn't see it. Roger's been pretty busy lately.
Oh yeah, he's been plenty busy, seems like. So
I'm sure Mark St. Louis, the way it sounds, and Jeff Nysonger. I know Jeff had a big night last week at Wilmington. He won 5. I glanced through Lebanon's results. I think he had 2 or 3. Mark St. Louis had a big day yesterday at Hilliard, and I believe Mark St. Louis is here tonight, correct?
Yeah, yep.
So Mark St. Louis, Jeff Nysonger, Ronnie Gillespie, Nick Clegg,
Hank,
Drew
I'm sure.
Neals up there, Hank Levan. So we got a mixture, 7 or 8 of them that's right up there. Pierce Henry.
Things slow down a little bit this weekend. Maybe we can get caught up and take a little closer look at some of that stuff, because it is pretty important. I mean, last year I thought Roger posted it and we kind of copied off of his work. So like you said, he's been pretty busy, so we'll get on it.
Roger is at Carrollton, Ohio tonight. He just got back actually from the weekend. He was at Goshen, New York. He's always a master of ceremonies out there and calls a few races at the historic track. And Roger will be at Mount Vernon this weekend calling races on the noon program and the evening program at Mount Vernon.
Horses are putting postward for race 4. This is the first division of the 2-year-old colt trot, going for a purse of $6,420. Number 1 is Big Divvy Billy, owned by Trina Hollenstein of Adrian, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver, Greg Bateson. Number 2, I'll Be Seeing You, has been drawn. Number 3 is Typhoon Tony, owned by Venier Racing of Pemberville, Ohio, John and Leanne Saunders of Castle Rock, Colorado, and Schuberg Racing of Marathon, Florida, trained and driven by Dan Venier. Number 4 is Massive Hill, owned by Ryan Stahl of Republic, Watson Harness Racing and Kendall Stuckey of Tiffin, and Willie Hart of Carmel, Maine, trained and driven by Ryan Stahl. Number 5 is Chill Hill, owned by Sandra Burnett of Wilmington, Ohio, and Chris Beaver of Radnor, Ohio, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver, Clifton Bell. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Looking at the Facebook feed, Roger Bibler from Lake Erie is watching. Daryl Baird watching. Dow Moninger from Dallas, Texas. Mike Wempenberg checks in. Post time favorite now at 4 to 5, the bettor's choice. The 1, Big Dilly Billy.
I talked to the connections of that horse, Bell Fountain. The 5 was the far outside, and he didn't make a break, but he also never caught the gate. He got a little distracted. It was a pretty busy fair there around that first turn.
Yes.
And you had a lot of campers parked there and stuff, and he kind of saw that and did a double take and never really made the gate and didn't have much of a chance after that. But good-looking horse. The 4 looked pretty good out there too. Ryan Stahl's shows a break last start at Marion, but that track at Marion was tough. I mean, that was a deep, heavy track.
Yeah, they do not train there, and this track is really great. They tell me nobody trains here.
Yeah, nope, they don't anymore, which is it's a shame because it is a beautiful facility. But yeah, the track is in great shape. First 2 races of the night were sub 2-minute miles.
Probably your biggest county fairs in the state where there's horses training would be Greenville, Troy, Xenia,
Urbana,
and Washington Courthouse. I might be missing
Courthouse.
somebody, but Courthouse has a lot. They probably have 125 to 150 head there. Mike Paul Hemus, the main figure there at Troy. There's a few others trained, but Mike's probably got a dozen to 15 head. And Greenville always has a bunch. Kim Daly and several trainers train at the Champaign County Fairground in Urbana.
How many out at Salina nowadays? There aren't many out there.
Probably maybe 30.
Okay.
30 head. Phil Belanger has the most probably. I'm going to guess he has 10 to 12 most of the time.
Here they come. Here off and trotting the first horse away is Typhoon Tony. Up on the outside second is Massive Hill. Moving up third is Chill Hill. And the last horse is Big Debbie Billy. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Dan Vinier has Typhoon Tony on top by 1 length. On the outside second is Massive Hill, driven by Ryan Stahl. Trotting right there third is Chill Hill, driven by Clifton Bell. And the fourth horse is Big Debbie Billy, driven by Greg Bateson. As they go toward the quarter-mile mark, now Massive Hill takes over on the outside. Coming back second at the rail is Typhoon Tony. Right there third, Chill Hill, followed by Big Debbie Billy. First quarter trotted in 32 and 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, now Massive Hill shows on top by 3 lengths. Trotting second is Typhoon Tony. Third is Chill Hill. And fourth is Big Debbie Billy. As they come down toward the half-mile mark, there's no change. That's still Massive Hill with the lead over Typhoon Tony. Third is Chill Hill. And fourth is Big Debbie Billy. Past that half-mile mark, that's Massive Hill by 2.5 lengths over Typhoon Tony. First half trotted in 105 and 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Massive Hill. The closest horse second on the outside now is Chill Hill. Dropping back third is Typhoon Tony. And trailing is Big Debbie Billy. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's Massive Hill with the lead. Chill Hill is closing on along the rail second. Third is Typhoon Tony. Off stride fourth goes Big Debbie Billy. Past the 3/4 mile mark. That's Massive Hill by 2 lengths over Chill Hill. 3 quarters in 137 and 4/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Massive Hill by 1.5 lengths. Chill Hill second and trying to come on along with Typhoon Tony. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. It's still Massive Hill, but here comes Chill Hill up on the outside. That's Massive Hill at the rail. Chill Hill on the outside. Massive Hill and Chill Hill. Massive Hill and Chill Hill. It's going to be Massive Hill, and here they all come. Chill Hill up for place. Up for third is Typhoon Tony. 2:08.4. A mile in 2:08 and 4/5.
Massive Hill, Ryan Stahl. $25,000 select purchase. The Ohio sale. 2-year-old Bay, go to son of Wat the Hill out of the Muscle Massive mare, Striking Bolo. Stahl owns a partnership with Watson Harness, KJ Stuckey, and Debbie A. Hard. Home in 2:08 and 4. 32 and 3, 5 and 3, 137 and 4. Unofficially, Big Dilly Billy was fourth. 2, I'll Be Seeing You was scratched. 3, Typhoon 23. 4, Massive Hill was your winner, and the 5, Chill Hill finished second.
Much better effort out of Chill Hill there, too. I know that horse was on a freshman focus, and Clifton Bell was not asking, at the wire. I think that was just a keeper flat type thing, and for him.
Well, both of these horses, Massive Hill, last start was at Marion in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Made several breaks there, made breaks to start before that in a qualifier at Delaware the last week of June. Same with Chill Hill, 2 qualifying starts at Delaware, showed a lot of breaks, so improvement for both of those horses. Let's go to the winner's circle. Massive Hill, Ryan Stahl.
Coming in from Republican, Tiffin, Ohio, and Carmel, Maine, comes number 4, Massive Hill. Owned by Ryan Stahl, Watson Harness Racing, Kendall Stuckey, and Billy Hart. Trained in a victory by Ryan Stahl. That's a big hand here for Massive Hill and all concerned. for race 4 from the top. Number 1, Big Debbie Billy was 4th. Number 2, I'll Be Seeing You had been drawn. Number 3, Typhoon Tony was 3rd. Number 4, Massive Hill was the winner. Number 5, Chill Hill was 2nd. Time of the first quarter was 32 3/5. The half was in 105 3/5. The 3 quarters in 137 4/5. With a mile in 208 4/5. From the top it should read 4, scratch 3, 1, 2 on the bottom, a mile in 208 4/5.
Well, it's on to the 6th. 3-year-old
In the upcoming race 5, there'll be
the 5th race. This win whipped my program. 5th race, 3-year-old Colt Pace, $6,408. Total purse $12,816. A field of 6. Rose Run Zepper, Tri-State Trooper, Dancing in Style. See You at the Smoke, Doing a Shot of Crown, Legendary Do-Rah. If you'd like to get a program, you can go to the OhioHarnessRacing.com, OhioHarnessRacing.com. Click and you will get a free program always 2 hours before post time. We'll be back to take a look at the 5th race right after this.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the County Fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Doug Ballinger, Matt Clark, bringing you the action tonight. 3-year-old Colt Pace up next for $6,408. Field of 6. Rod Adams Jr. will drive number 1. Rose Run Zepper, the 3-year-old bay, go to the son of Pet Rock. $6,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare. Wish You Were Here is owned by Stephen Ray and J&R Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio. 6 starts for Rose Run Zepper. You have to hit the board. Just 738 lifetime. 2 back at Marion. The mile in 3 3 was beaten 15 1/4, paced in 6 3. That's the one, Rose Run Zepper. Jennifer Main drives number 2, Tri-State Trooper, the 3-year-old bay, going to lather up out of the Real Desire mare. Sweet Talia, $10,000 Ohio Select purchase as a yearling. Michael Johnson of Southfield, Michigan owns. Johnson trains. 6 starts. Yet to hit the board for the 2, Tri-State Trooper. 2 back was 5th. That was at Northfield Park in a non-winners of 1. The mile in 2 minutes. Tri-State Trooper clocked in at 2:01.1. 3, Dancing in Style, Mark St. Louis Jr. For Gerald Meigel, 3-year-old bay, go to son of Dancing Yankee out of the Mach 3 mare, Nothing But Style. This is a $12,000 yearling purchase. Dancing Style has 9 starts this year, 3 wins, 2 seconds, $10,000 this year. Right at $68,000 last year, was a winner at Delaware of 55-1, had 10 wins last year. That's the 3. Dance in Style. As we look across the way at the infield tote board, Dance in Style is the bettor's choice at 4 to 5 at this time. Number 4, See You at the Smoke, Pierce Henry for Michael Lee. 3-year-old bay, going by Racing Hill out of the Mach 3 mare. Adventurous Plan. First start of the year, 10 starts last year, had 7 wins, 3 seconds. 5, Do You Want a Shot at Crown? Pierce Henry slated to drive this, and 2 for Mike Swinney. We'll get that driver's change when it's announced. 3 Bay Goated by Well Said out of the Keystone Raider mare. Forget Me Not, Patrick Sweeney. T. Sweeney, Sean Sweeney. Lamar Racing owned. 6 starts for Do You Want a Shot at Crown? 2 wins, has a second to go along. 7,600 this year. Winner the last time out, 59-1 at Bell Fountain. That was last week. And number 6, Legendary Do-Raw. Greg Bateson drives and trains for Edward Harwood. 3 Bay Goated son, a bit of a legend out of the Western Ideal Male. Artistic Hanover has 5 wins in 12 starts. 4 seconds and a third to go along. 29,000 this year, 42,000 lifetime, 55-2 at Northfield Park earlier in the season, coming off a win at Hastings, Michigan of 208-1. The 6th, Legendary Do-Raw. It's a quick look at the field for the 5th as we await the post parade. They're coming to the track at this time. Clouding up a little bit. I'll have to check the weather forecast here and see where we stand if we're going to dodge this bullet. "85 degrees still, but we got a nice wind. I'm sure it's gusting at 20. It shows 12 right now.
Far more comfortable than when we started.
Actually, the rain is pushed off till 4 a.m. I don't believe we'll be here.
Boy, I hope not. I won't be. I don't care what else is going on.
But I know there's rain in the courthouse, Washington Courthouse area tomorrow, and I'm sure most likely for Bucyrus, they're probably in that same path up that way. 60 or 70% chance of rain tomorrow.
Also printing postword for race 5. That's the second division of the 3-year-old colt pace. Going for a purse of $6,408. This is the Streaker Tractor Sales Incorporated of Fremont Trophy Race. One is Rose Run Zypher, all by Stephen Reese of Republic, Ohio, and JNR Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver Rod Adams Jr. Number 2 is Tri-State Trooper, owned and trained by Mike Johnson of Southfield, Michigan. The driver is Jennifer May. Number 3 is Dancing Style, owned by Jerry Michel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 4 is See You at the Smoke, owned and trained by Mike Lee of Rudolph, Ohio. The driver is David Lake. Number 5 is Do and a Shot of Crown, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, Sean Sweeney of Jupiter, Florida, and Limmer Racing LLC of Rockwood, Michigan, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 6 is Legendary Do-Raw, owned by Ed Harwood of Monroe, Michigan, trained and driven by Greg Bateson. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate and mute.
Dick Courtney from Rockford, Ohio, who was watching along with us tonight. Tomorrow evening, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association crew will be at Washington Courthouse with a 5 o'clock post, 12 races. I believe there's 11 tomorrow evening. That's a 6 o'clock post at Bucyrus, so it'll be a double header tomorrow evening. Matt Clark, you're going to Bucyrus?
I am.
For 2 days, and then do you go into Mount Vernon?
I will, yep. Friday off and Mount Vernon Saturday. Be a long day, but I like that fair. I mean, double header down there. I think the second card you said started at 6, right? I think that's how I
believe it was.
Yeah,
noon and 6, maybe.
Yep.
Rolling right along here, just a little after 6, we're on our 5th race, so maybe if no hiccups here, we'll get out of here probably about the same time we did last night, even though we have an extra race. We were off to kind of probably a 15 minutes delay or 20-minute delay last night because they had trouble with the sound in the barn area.
Yeah, once things got rolling, it really went pretty smooth, though, for all things considered. Did you get your steak sandwich after the race last
Yes,
night?
we got there just in time.
I'd say, because they didn't have one left for me.
Oh, they didn't?
No. By the time I got over there, they were out.
Well, we're going to get you. You'll have one tonight. Well, you'll have one tonight. What do you want on it? Plain?
Oh, I don't know. However you guys take it.
Okay.
I trust you guys.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We ate the steak sandwiches on the way home. But, yeah, we just got there. We about got shut out. And I asked them tonight. I walked by there. I said, "You going to be open after the races?" "Yeah, we'll be open a little bit after the last race."
I actually had a sausage sandwich from there that was very good too.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the sausage stand? Is it Raker's? Is that the big sausage that comes as few fairs, line of Walpock maybe?
That sounds right.
See across the track, the Portage River in the background. Field making her way to the gate. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away in the middle of the track is See You at the Smoke. Dropping in there second is Dancing Style. Up on the outside third is Doing a Shot of Crown. Fourth it is Legendary Do-Rah. Moving up fifth is Rose Run Zypher, and the last horse Tri-State Trooper. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, David Lake has See You at the Smoke on top. On the outside second is Legendary Do-Rah, driven by Greg Bateson. At the rail third is Dancing Style, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Racing in there fourth, that's Doing a Shot of Crown, driven by Pierce Henry.
27 and 4.
First quarter paced in 27 and 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, now David Lake is out and on the move again with See You at the Smoke. He drives right on past Legendary Do-Rah. In their third is Dancing Style. Racing fourth is Doing a Shot of Crown. Fifth is Rose Run Zypher, the last horse Tri-State Trooper. As they come down to the half-mile mark, that's David Lake and See You at the Smoke on top by 2 lengths. Legendary Do-Rah right there second, followed by Dancing Style third, and Doing a Shot of Crown fourth.
58.
First half paced in 58 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is See You at the Smoke. The closest horse second is Legendary Do-Rah. Hip on the outside now comes Dancing Style. As they race around that turn heading down the backside. And still See You at the Smoke with the lead. Dancing Style second on the outside. Legendary Do-Rah locked in third. On the outside fourth is Doing a Shot of Crown. Rose Run Zypher is fifth, followed by Tri-State Trooper sixth. Past that 3/4 mile mark. That is
28 and 3.
3/4 in 128 and 3/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Along the rail, the lead is See You at the Smoke. Between horses is Dancing Style. On the extreme outside is Doing a Shot of Crown. As they race to Rome, that's See You at the Smoke and Dancing Style. See You at the Smoke at the rail. Dancing Style on the outside, and here comes Legendary Do-Rah. It's Dancing Style and Legendary Do-Rah. It's going to be Legendary Do-Rah and Dancing Style right together. Up for third was See You at the Smoke.
158 and 3.
A mile and 158 and 3/5. Tight at the wire there between Legendary Do-Rah and Dancing Style.
That was close.
Yeah, another step or two. I think Legendary Do-Rah definitely gets there. Right now, it's tight.
Okay, I can see. I was looking for the wire across the way. I can't. The photo thing is over here on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be tight. Bateson closing with Legendary Do-Rah. Dancing Style, Mark St. Louis Jr.
I didn't know if Greg was going to get out around the last turn. There were 3 wide in front of him, and a hole opened up, and he shot through. Plenty of pace at the end of it.
27 and 4, 58, 28 and 3 for 3/4. Home 158 and 3. It's either Legendary Do-Rah or Dancing Style. I'm sure Judge Combs is going to want to look at the photo.
Jerry Migel is making his way down towards the winner's circle gate, but maybe just because he doesn't want to be in a hurry when they do announce. Yeah, they're both coming back. I think they even Mark St. Louis and Greg Bateson. I mean, they've seen enough races, driven enough races. They know it's tight.
The photo's going up the steps now.
Dancing Style won. How many people think number 6, Legendary Do-Rah won?
Well, the fans' choice is the 3.
Taking a look at the photo. Taking a look at the photo now. It's got to be pretty close.
Winner circle.
It is the 3 over the 6, Dancing Style. Another step or so, it might have been Legendary Do-Rah. Dancing Style, 3-year-old bay go to the son of it. Dancing Yankee out of the Mach 3 mare, Nothing But Style. Gerald Migel owns, Steve Novak trains. Mark St. Louis drives. Dancing Style to his 4th of the season. This in 158-3. And Dancing Style, Mark St. Louis are going to the winner's circle.
And driven to victory by Mark St. Louis Jr. Let's do a big hand here for Jerry Migel, Nicole and Brian Novak, Mark St. Louis Jr., and Dancing Style.
Dancing Style, 380, 860 to 10, the place horse. 1080 to place, 1880 for the exacta. Here's Bill with the rundown.
Pfeiffer was 5th. Number 2, Tri-State Trooper was 6th. Number 3, Dancing Style was the winner. Number 4, See You at the Smoke was 3rd. Number 5, Doing a Shot of Crown was 4th. Number 6, Legendary Do-Rah was 2nd. Time of the first quarter was 27 4/5. The half was in 58 seconds. The 3 quarters in 128 3/5. With a mile in 158 3/5. From the top it should read 5-6-1. 3-4-2, the mile in 158 3/5.
Well, 6th is up next. 3-year-old Colt Trot. Total purse $12,800. This division $6,400. David Lake will drive the 4. Grover Hill. It's a field of 7 to go to the gate, and we'll be back to take a look at all 7 right after we hear from these fine sponsors.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Aaron Kittle checked in on Facebook. He's watched from Ohio City, Ohio. He's grilling brats on the grill and drinking beer.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
That doesn't sound bad at all. We're on to the 6th race. 3-year-old Colt Trot, field of 7, 1 zone. John Payne owns, trains, and drives. 3-year-old Bay go to the son of Watt the Hill. They do not own Hanover mare. My Zone has 2 wins in 14 starts this year, 23,500, pushing 40,000 lifetime, 56-4 at Scioto Downs. That's 4 back on June 14th. 2, I'm Crazy, Mark St. Louis Jr. for Herman Hagerman. 3-year-old Bay Gold Son of Credit Fashion out of the Gray's mare. Grazy Smart, Martin Yoder owns, Mount Eaton, Ohio. 5 starts, has a third. Just 1,000 this year, 8,500 last year, has yet to find the winner's circle in 2 years of racing. 3, Rose Run Zoom, Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver, 3-year-old Bay Gilding, but Uncle Peter out of the Craze mare. Loconotion, Rosie Weaver in partnership with Heartland Acres and Gabby D of Hudson, Ohio own. 5 starts for Rose Run Zoom, a second and a third, 9,500 this year. Win last year, 57-4 is a 2-year-old. And last year, Rose Run Zoom was a winner of $103,851 in just 9 starts and just 1 win. So that's a lot of money. So that had to be a sire stake horse, Rose Run Zoom, 4 seconds and a third last year. 4, Grover Hill, David Lake picks up the drive for Ty Bates. Sean McKee owns, 3-year-old Bay Gilding, Bawat the Hill, striking Sabra mare. Hurricane Hazel coming off a win at Bellefontaine last week at 203. Last year, Grover Hill was a winner at 34,000. Took a mark as a 2-year-old of 3-2. Mark this year of 203 at Bellefontaine, that win last week. Eric Haynes drives 5. Super Begonia for Cheryl Haynes, 3-year-old Bay Gold, son of Enterprise, out of the striking Sabra mare Sprightly Begonia. Cheryl D. and Marion Haynes own. First start of the year, 10 starts last year, had a second and 2/3. Number 6, Cape Count. Pierce Henry for Mike Sweeney, 3-year-old Bay Gilding by Full Count. Out of the Look Like My Mom mare, Donna Mon, Patrick Sweeney in partnership, Irvin Miller own. 7 starts for Cape Count this season, a win, 2 seconds. 12,000, 9,000 last year, 21,000, 821 lifetime. 57-4 at Scioto. Mark taken back on June 4th. The 6, Cape Count. 7, Uncle Ruckus, Clifton Bell for Chris Beaver, 3-year-old Bay Gilding, but Uncle Peter out of the Conway Hall mare. Minor Skirmish. This is a $32,000 Ohio Select purchase as a yearling 2 years ago. Owned by Beaver, Robinson, Fleming, and VAP Internet. 12 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3, 27,605 this year. 58-4 at Scioto earlier in the year. Last year banked 28,958, 56,563 lifetime. Was a winner as a 2-year-old of 58-3 at Delaware. The 7, Uncle Ruckus. That's the field for the 7 and the 6. The 3-year-old Colt Trot.
See if Rose Run Zoom comes back to himself. We talked to Rosie, Frank and I, down at the Next Generation at Scioto Downs, and she had a horrible stretch there for a couple, 3 weeks, and spent a lot of resources trying to figure out why. None of them showing any signs of sickness, just racing awful, like nothing at the end of the miles. And then, after a lot of work and money, they kind of tracked it down to some bad grain. There was bad corn in the grain, and basically they were almost poisoned, and it was affecting. I don't remember if she said liver or kidneys or maybe even both, but at least she was able to track it down. Okay. Then a lot of money to try and, obviously get them back. So it's just awful, but, at least she found the source of it. And, she was awfully upset, and rightfully, I mean, who wouldn't be? But, for herself, but for the owners, too, it's expensive having horses, and you're paying a training bill and have them race, coming home in 37-1 like Rose Run Zoom did his last start, when he's clearly a better horse than that.
Our separating post word for race 7. Race 6. Horse separating post word for race 6. This is the 3-year-old Colt Trot, going for a purse of $6,400. This is the Southeastern Equipment of Perrysburg Trophy Race. Number 1 is Zoned, owned, trained and driven by John Payne of Toledo. Number 2 is I'm Crazy, owned by Martin D. Yoder of Mount Eaton, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 3 is Rose Run Zoom, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Heartland Acres of Wauhonda, Gabby D. LLC of Hudson, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver is Drew Neal. Number 4 is Grover Hill, owned by Sean McGee of Swanton, Ohio, trained by Ty Bates, the driver, David Lake. Number 5 is Super Begonia, owned by Cheryl and Marion Haynes of Blissfield, Michigan, trained by Cheryl Haynes, the driver, Eric Haynes. Number 6 is Cape Count, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, Irvin Miller of Sarasota, Florida, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver is Pierce Henry. Number 7 is Uncle Ruckus, owned by Chris Beaver of Radnor, Don Robinson of Cardington, Leo Fleming of Ontario, VIP Internet Stable of New Jersey, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver, Clifton Bell. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate. Mutual.
There you had the post parade for the 6th. Post time favorite coming off the rails, Zone to John Payne 9-5. 3-2 though on the 7, Uncle Ruckus. Just in, we can hear Bill in the background in race 8 if you have a program following along at home. Race 8, Scratch the 7, Smooth Talkin', I believe. Scratch the 7, Smooth Talkin' in the 8th. Horses have completed their score. Starting gate starting to move into position. It's the Roth Mount starting gate. Paul Combs is our presiding judge. Bill Peters behind the mic. Bill has over 50 years in calling races here at the Ottawa County Fair. This is Bill Peters' 65th year of calling county fair harness racing. Wings of the gate open. We're on the banks of the Portage River here in Ottawa County, Oak Harbor, Ohio. Next voice you'll hear will be that of announcer Bill Peters.
There at the post, starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away in the middle of the track is Grover Hill. Down at the rail second is I Am Crazy. Moving up between horses, third is Rose Run Zoom. Up on the outside, fourth comes Uncle Ruckus. Dropping in there, fifth is Cape Count. Sixth, it is Zoned, and the last horse is Super Begonia. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Uncle Ruckus goes off stride. Up there on the front end is Grover Hill by about 5.5 lengths. Trotting second is I Am Crazy, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Racing in there third, that's Rose Run Zoom, driven by Drew Neal. First quarter trotted in 29 and 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, David Lake has Grover Hill on top by about 11 lengths. Trotting second is I Am Crazy. Third is Rose Run Zoom. Racing fourth is Cape Count. Fifth, it is Zone. Sixth is Uncle Ruckus. The last horse, Super Begonia. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Grover Hill with a comfortable lead at this point. Racing in there second, that's I'm Crazy. Up on the outside, third is Rose Run Zoom. first half trotted in 59 and 4/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Grover Hill. The closest horse second now is Rose Run Zoom. At the rail third is I'm Crazy. On the outside fourth is Cape Count. Zoned is racing fifth. Uncle Ruck is sixth, and Super Begonia trails. Going to that 3/4 mile mark, that's Grover Hill with the lead. Getting in high gear second now is Rose Run Zoom. Racing third is Cape Count.
29 and 1.
3/4 and 129 and 1/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Grover Hill will lead, but Rose Run Zoom is gaining with every stride. Grover Hill, Rose Run Zoom, and Cape Count. That's Grover Hill still will lead. Rose Run Zoom second, trying to go on through the lane along with Cape Count, but past the stands, it's going to be Grover Hill, and here the outcome. Rose Run Zoom up for place, Cape Count for show.
Track record,
A mile and 1:59.
1:59, gate to wire. David Lake, Grover Hill, 29 and 3, 59 and 4, 29 and 1. Home in 1:59. We'll look at the track records. 3-year-old.
I think Bill just called it. I don't know
Colt Pacer, 3-year-old Colt Trotter. 1:59 and 4. Duke Sugg, Mike Metter's Secret Trainer. So Grover Hill, Ty Bates, 2 track records tonight.
Yeah, how about
JB
that?
Magic, 2-year-old, and here with the 3-year-old trotter, Grover Hill. Grover Hill came into his form last week at Fountain when Hank Levan drove him. Made a break leaving. There was a question on that if he lost enough ground, but once he got him trotting, he was home in a winner in 2:03. Grover Hill 2 in a row. Grover Hill is named after the town Grover Hill, right at Paulding, Ohio. I believe Grover Hill, I was told when I talked to Ty last season, is blind in one eye. Let's go to the winner's circle. Grover Hill, David Lake, and Bill Peters.
Trained by Ty Bates and driven to victory this evening by David Lake, trotting to a new track record for 3-year-old Colt Trotters, a mile and 1:59. The old track record was 1:59 and 4/5 by Secret Trainer back in 2016.
Hurry, hurry. No, you gotta go warm up and work.
Let's have a big hand here for Sean McGee, David Lake, and Grover Hill, the winner of race 6.
I was really looking forward to that race, Doug. I thought that might be pretty contentious, and turns out there was never an anxious moment for Grover Hill.
No, he had a lot of trot last week. As I just mentioned, we were both there. We saw him win at Bell Fountain.
Zoned was 5th. Number 2, I Am Crazy was 6th. Number 3, Rose Run Zoom was 2nd. Number 4, Grover Hill was the winner. Number 5, Super Begonia was 7th. Number 6, Cape Count was 3rd. Number 7, Uncle Ruckus was 4th. Time of the first quarter was 29 and 3/5. The half was in 59 and 4/5. The 3/4 in 129 and 1/5. And the mile in 1:59. From the top it should read 5:62.173. 4 on the bottom, the mile in 1:59, a new track record for 3-year-old Colt Trotters. Let's have a big hand for our track crew led by Rich Peterson. Give them a big hand. They've done a fine job of getting this track in shape to have all these record miles. Give them a big hand.
Grover Hill returns $8, $3.40, and $6. Quit on the 940 consolation on the Exacta. 4 all try 780. Just got a text from your good friend Jay Wolf. He'll be with you 2 nights in a row at Bucyrus. He just found out this afternoon. They couldn't find anybody else to work with you, I guess.
I thought Tom Pye was going to be there, so it might be the Jay and Tom Pye
It might
show.
be Jay Wolf and Tom Pye. Tom Pye, the harness guy.
I would think Tom Pye's right
I would
there,
have
so
to
I
think,
imagine he's going
Tom,
to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. That's his hometown, where he trains Roman Nose.
Yep.
So we got 6 down, 5 to go. We're rolling right along. We're on to the 7th race. 2-year-old colt pace, this division, 4,754. David Lake will drive the 5. Remarkably Smart, Ricky Merlot. Suddenly Spatial, Salisbury Road Apple. Hot Shots Ray, Remarkably Smart, and Fear the Thunder. 6 of them for the 7th. We'll be back to take a look at that 7th race, those 2-year-old pacers, right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. Keep you updated here. As we just mentioned, Tom Pye, Jay Wolf, and Matt Clark will be at Bucyrus tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock post. They have 12 tomorrow night. I believe they have 11 on Thursday. That's a 6 o'clock post this Thursday. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association camera will set up shop at the Fayette County Fairgrounds in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. 12 races. Chamber Day at Washington Courthouse, a big day. Chamber Day, a lot of giveaways, and they give away some great prizes along with wiener dog races. That's 5 o'clock tomorrow evening at Washington Courthouse. Washington Courthouse is back at it at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Mount Vernon will be this Saturday the 20th, a 1 o'clock post and a 6 o'clock post. That's Home Talent Colt Stake at Mount Vernon. Into the weekend, Marysville, Sunday the 21st, Monday the 22nd, the Union County Fair at 11. That is Sunday and Monday at Marysville. Tiffin will also go Sunday and Monday, but they will be evening cards, 6 and 6. Sunday and Monday, the 21st and 22nd. So 11 a.m. both days, Sunday and Monday. You can catch the card for Marysville on both evenings at 6, Sunday and Monday, the Seneca County Fair in Tiffin. Then Tuesday the 23rd, Lake County Fair in Paynesville. That's a 12 o'clock post time. Tuesday the 23rd, Wednesday the 24th, Tuesday the 23rd, Wednesday the 24th, Shelby County Fair in Sydney, Ohio, 5 o'clock post, both days.
Kelsey Brinkman watching of Spurwood Farms fame. I saw a post that they bred an Ohio Sire Stakes winner in Uncle Money bags. Trainer Chris Beaver won the Sire Stakes at Cleveland.
We were talking about, I'm going to look it up. I'll be quiet here a little bit, but I want to go to the results on the USTA webpage from Sunday. This was at Mohican. 2-year-old filly, Pappy Grad.
Hank
Brett Miller,
Levan is
Steve
watching.
Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Hank Levan, Steve Carter, 51-1. Final quarter, 27. Next horse was 53-1. But this Pappy Grant must be some kind of
That's
villain.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Out of Pappy Rob Hanover, out of the Better Cheddar Mare. Better Than a Graduate. She's owned by Brett Hopper, Jay Mossberger, TKO Racing Stable, SCP Stables, and Friedland Racing. So Ohio's got a good one. And Pappy Grad, I'm sure that's a Midland Acres bred. Yes, it is bred by Midland Acres. Pappy Grad.
This is another 2-year-old colt pace going for a purse of $4,754. This is a Lashaway lawn and snow removal race. Number 1 is Ricky Merlo. Owned by Ryan and Nicole Stahl of Republic, Ohio. Trained and driven by Ryan Stahl. Number 2 is Suddenly Special. Owned by Wolf Racing Stable, LLC of East Liberty, Ohio. Trained and driven by Kevin Wolf. Number 3 is Salisbury Road Apple. Owned by Joseph Yoder of Millersburg, Ohio. Trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver, Drew Neal. Number 4 is Hot Shots Ray. Owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance. The driver is Pierce Henry. Number 5 is Remarkably Smart. Owned by Mick Foster of Lucky. Trained by Ty Bates, the driver, David Lake. And number 6 is Fear of the Thunder. Owned by William Beecham of Calaboogie, Ontario, and Robert Robinson of Metcalf, Ontario. Trained by Steve Novak, the driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Quinella wagering here in race 7. Attention to the barns, you plan to warm up after race 7. Have your horse ready to come on the track when the horses of this race are going off. Beginning your horses ready for race 8.
Well, it's on to the 7th 2-year-old colt pace. $4,754. We got an extra headset here. You're on the speed department. You want to make a few comments about the track or anything? Or he's the fair board director. We get an extra headset. Put that on. We'll talk about the fair here. And who am I talking to?
This is Christopher Milbrew.
Okay. And you are on the racing department or just a member of the fair board?
I'm on the racing committee. On the Ottawa County Senior Fair Board.
Okay. So when did the fair start here?
It's 1964. 1965 was the first year here at this location.
Really, at this location? Okay. I'll be darned. Great setting in the background of the Portage River. The track is great.
Yes.
2 track records.
Not many. In fact, I can't think of any fairgrounds that has a nice river setting.
Oh, no. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Now, the fair, what day did the fair start? Did it just start yesterday or?
Yesterday. And this year we're celebrating our 60th anniversary.
60th anniversary. And the fair goes through when?
Sunday. Sunday's our free day.
Okay.
We have the grease pit contest on Sunday. It's a crowd favorite in front of the grandstand.
Okay. Do you have a demo derby? I see you got like a demo
Yes, that's Friday evening.
Friday evening, okay.
Saturday night will be our tractor pull. And tomorrow night's our rodeo.
Okay. And that's probably right here on the track?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Thursday nights are autocross.
Okay.
And then we have some free grounds entertainment. We have can't think of the.
I know Paul. I'm from Salina with Paul Combs, your judge, and he drove tonight. I drove last night, and we love to get is it the Lions Club has a steak sandwich? We're going to get one tonight, and I'm going to get one for Matt. He got shut out last night. They were closed. So we look forward to that steak sandwich. Every fair has something that, we look forward to. We get a favorite. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous view. The trees over there, and then when the gate comes out, with the horses from the trees, and you can see the Portage River in the background. Is there usually a lot of action on the river or not really?
Sometimes. I know the one year we had jet skis watch from the
Okay.
river, boats, fishing boat, or people cruising on their pontoon boats.
Well, good talking to you, and the track is great, so your track crew has just done a tremendous job as the wings of the gate open. They're headed to the gate. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call.
Merlot. Then comes Suddenly Special, Salisbury Road Apple, Hot Shots Ray, Remarkably Smart, with Fear the Thunder on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away along the rail is Ricky Merlot. Then comes Suddenly Special. Up on the outside third now comes Fear the Thunder. At the rail fourth, that's Hot Shots Ray. Racing in there fifth, that's Salisbury Road Apple. And the last horse off stride is Remarkably Smart. As they make the turn now to head down the backside, to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Brian Stahl has Ricky Merlot on top by a length and a half. Pacing in there second is Fear the Thunder, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Third is Suddenly Special, driven by Kevin Wolf. Racing fourth is Hot Shots Ray, driven by Pierce Hendry. 29 and 2. First quarter paced in 29 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's Ricky Merlot with the lead by a length and a half. Fear the Thunder continues to pace in there second. Third, it is Suddenly Special. Fourth is Hot Shots Ray. Racing fifth is Salisbury Road Apple. And the last horse is Remarkably Smart. Coming down to the half-mile mark, it is still Ricky Merlot with the lead. At the rail second, that's Suddenly Special. On the outside third is Fear the Thunder. 101 and 4. First half paced in 101 and 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that three-quarter mile mark. The one to catch is Ricky Merlot. The closest horse second on the outside is Fear the Thunder. Suddenly Special racing in there third. Fourth, it's Hot Shots Ray. Remarkably Smart moves up fifth. And the last horse is Salisbury Road Apple. Going to the three-quarter mile mark, that's Ricky Merlot with the lead. Pouring on the pressure the outside second is Fear the Thunder. Edging up 3 wide now comes Suddenly Special. 32 and 1. 3/4 in 132 and 1/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Fear the Thunder with the lead, but Suddenly Special is flying on the outside. Racing in there third is Ricky Merlot. Fourth it is Hot Shots Ray, and on the outside fifth, Remarkably Smart. As they race toward home, that's Fear the Thunder at the rail. Suddenly Special on the outside. Fear the Thunder and Suddenly Special. Fear the Thunder and Suddenly Special. It's going to be Fear the Thunder. Suddenly Special up for place, up for show is Remarkably Smart. 1 mile and 2:02 and 2/5.
Final half, minute and 3/5. Fear the Thunder, Mark St. Louis Jr., the 2-year-old bay colt, but Fear the Dragon out of the Ponderosa mare. The rest, Steve Hanover, owned by the partnership of William Beechman and Robert Robinson. Steve Novak trains a $15,000 yearling purchase. 3 wins in 4 starts. That's 3 in a row for Fear the Thunder. Marion, Bell Fountain, and here tonight at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor. 29 and 2, 101 and 4, 132 and 1, home 202 2/5. Unofficially second was a 2, Suddenly Special. Third the 5, Remarkably Smart. Mark St. Louis Jr. gets his second win of the evening. Remarkably Smart set off with the bettor's choice, 3 to 5. Up next will be the 8th race, 3-year-old Colt Trot. Let's go to the winner's circle with Bill Peters.
Now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go, coming in all the way from Calabogie and Metcalfe, Ontario, comes number 6, Fear the Thunder, all by William Beecham and Robert Robinson, trained by Steve Novak, and driven to victory this evening by Mark St. Louis Jr. Big hand here for Stacy Curry, Brian Novak, Mark St. Louis Jr., and Fear the Thunder, the winner of race 7. From the top, number 1, Ricky Merlot was 5th. Number 2, Suddenly Special was 2nd. Number 3, Salisbury Road Apple was 6th. Number 4, Hot Shots Ray was 4th. Number 5, Remarkably Smart was 3rd. And number 6, Fear the Thunder was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 2/5. The half was in 101 4/5. The 3 quarters in 132 1/5. With a mile in 202 2/5. From the top it should read 5-2-6. 4-3-1, a mile in 202 2/5.
Well, it's on to the 8th 3-year-old colt trot for $6,400. A field of 6. We're going to scratch the 7, Smooth Talkin'. We'll be back to take a look at these 3-year-old colt trotters right after this.
The Ottawa County Fair is the youngest of its kind in the state of Ohio. The official record begins in 1964, but its history dates back much further. The very first fair was held in Port Clinton, almost 160 years ago. The location of the fair caused major conflict between Ottawa County towns. After 2 decades of dispute, Port Clinton and Oak Harbor decided to each hold their own independent fair. With neither seeing much success, no fair would be held in Ottawa County for the entire next century. The Ottawa County Agricultural Society was formed in the early 1960s. The organization spearheaded the reestablishment of a junior fair. It consisted of only 2 tents and a wagon pushed together to make a stage, but it was a hit. The fair grew quickly, and by 1968, the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, a racetrack was built, and harness racing was introduced the same year. The sulkies brought new excitement for spectators. Today, the Ottawa County Fair features 2 days of standardbred racing. They are a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference and include a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference county fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. Nice payoff that last time for that 6-2 exacta. The 6 Fear the Thunder, the 2 Suddenly Special, 82.60. 8th race, a lot of changes coming up here. The 1 Roxy's Tom, first time trotting hobbles. Clifton Bell now will drive the 1. 3-year-old Bay Gilded Belong Tom out of the Jailhouse Jessie mare, Jailhouse Roxy. 4 starts, 1/3 this year, a little over $1,100. Last time out for Roxy's Tom was at Bell Fountain, finished 5th, beaten 15. The mile in 2:03, 2:06 for Roxy's Tom. Number 2, Supreme Samson. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for Herman Hagerman, the 3-year-old brown gelded son of Nothing But Class. And of the Like a Prayer mare, Supreme Day was a $11,000 purchase as a yearling. 13 starts, 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd this year, $10,000 this year, $36,000 last year, and a market side of 2 minutes and 3/5 as a 2-year-old for the 2, Supreme Samson. Number 3, Rose Run Zeb. David Lake will drive for Ty Bates, 3-year-old Bay Go to the Son of Triumphant Caviar out of the Burnt Hanover mare. Takika Sealster, Susan Bates in partnership with Joel Chevek own Rose Run Zeb. 13 starts this year, 4 seconds, 4 thirds, $17,000 on the year for Rose Run Zeb. Pierce Henry will drive the 4. Secret Chaos Theory for Mike Sweeney, and 3-year-old Big Golded Son of Sebastian K. out of the Muckles Yankee mare, Muscle Secret. Patrick Sweeney of Delaware, Lamar Racing owns. 6 starts for Secret Chaos Theory, has 2 seconds and a third, $9,000, $21,000 lifetime. As a 2-year-old, was a winner in a qualifier of 2:02 and 4 at Scioto Downs. 5 Wilder, Ryan Stahl for Ann Russell, 3-year-old Bay Colt by Uncle Peter out of the Victory Sam mare, TK's Karma. 5 starts yet to hit the board. 13 starts last year for Wilder. Did have a win. That win coming at Hicksville in 2:06 and 4. The 5 Wilder. Number 6. Banker's Slim Chance. Greg Bateson will drive for Pat Karcher, 3-year-old Chestnut Gilded Son of Break the Bank K. Out of the Tom Ridge mare, Sass and Pout. 2 starts, is yet to hit the board. Last time out showed several breaks. That was at Marion on June 11th at Paulding. Finished 5th, beaten 20 lengths, timed in 10 and 4. That's the 6 Banker's Slim Chance. We're going to scratch the 7, Smooth Talkin'. So we're down to a field of 6. For the 8th, as we await the post parade, I see 3, 4 out. 4 out, need 2 more horses. See 5 horses coming to the track now. We'll be post parading shortly. Still 84 degrees here at Oak Harbor. Nice breeze, a 65% humidity. The rain is pushed out till 4 in the morning, so we're going to get them all in. Leaving last night, I noticed when we got back on I-75, we come in 105 to 75 there at Bowling Green, and I thought of you, the Bowling Green football stadium. Did you work or shoot some there this year?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I get the call on a lot of action, football and basketball.
So you work for the Toledo. You shoot, well, it's not for the school, it's for
ESPN or
ESPN.
CBS, yeah, whoever picks it up. It's usually, I mean, not airing on their main broadcast, but like ESPN2. Actually, we did do some for ESPN, when they start doing the Tuesday night games for football, and only thing on, or only, kind of big game going on.
Which would you rather, or which is football harder than basketball to keep the camera roll on?
No. I like basketball. It's a lot more fast-paced. I mean, I like them both, but, there's a lot to be said for being indoors, too. It gets late in the football season and standing around outside can get pretty miserable. And up there, it's on the top of the stands is where, 3 of the 6 cameras are at, and it gets pretty breezy out there in Bowling Green, Ohio.
I know you called me. It might have been in February. You and Valerie were going to – her parents live in Florida, probably about 70 miles straight across from where we went around. I know we were going to meet and go to Tampa Bay Downs, and I believe You didn't make the trip. You came down sick or something, I believe, right?
You're right. Yep.
So maybe this next winter we can do that.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
didn't get to Tampa Bay Downs at all either.
I've never been there. I'd like to see it. I've been to Gulfstream. That place is beautiful.
Gulfstream. Yes, Gulfstream's a nice place.
Horses are printing postword for race 8. This is another 3-year-old colt trot going for a purse of $6,400. This is the Champs Chicken and Genoa Mini Mart Trophy Race. Number 1 is Roxy's Tom, owned by Larry Steam in Middle Point, Ohio, trained by Bill Webb, the driver, Clifton Bell. Number 2 is Supreme Samson, owned by Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio, Dan Schrock, Millersburg, Ohio, and Vern Miller of Fredericksburg, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 3 is Rose Run Zeb, owned by Suzanne Bates of Gibsonburg and Joel Shevak of Woodville, Ohio, trained by Ty Bates, the driver, David Lake. Number 4 is Secret Chaos Theory, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, Lemmer Racing LLC of Rockwood, Michigan, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver, Pierce Henry. Number 5 is Wilder, owned and trained by Ann Russell of Britain, Michigan, the driver, Ryan Stahl. Number 6 is Banker's Slim Chance, owned by Catherine Smith of Glen Allen, Virginia, trained by Pat Karcher, the driver, Greg Batesy. And number 7, Smooth Talkin', has been drawn.
Well, there you had the post parade for the 8th. Post time favorite, the 6, Banker's Slim Chance. No, the 3, Rose Run Zeb, David Lake, Ty Bates. 2-5, trainer Tyler Bates looking for his 3rd win of the evening. The first 2 he set out. Grover Hill was a track record breaker for 3-year-old trotters. And JB Magic broke the track record of 157 for 2-year-old pacers. So Ty Bates having a very good night here at the Ottawa County Fair. Got the Gordon Whitty Trot coming up. That's always a fan favorite here at Oak Harbor. It's coming up in the 10th. Republic Return, Super Spirit, Rose Run Vincent, Normally Stormy, and Tulsa Bell. Field of trotters have completed their score. Starting gate moving into position. Shortly, the wings of the Mount Ross starting gate will open and get ready for the start of the 8th. See down in the turn, the 6 trotters making their way to the gate. Gates rolling, it's post time. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away in the middle of the track is Rose Run Zeb. At the rail second is Roxy's Tom. Moving up third along the rail, that is Supreme Samson. Dropping in there fourth is Wilder. Off stride fifth, that's Secret Chaos Theory, and the last horse is Banker's Slim Chance. As they make the turn now to head down the backside, the race over toward that quarter-mile mark. David Lake has Rose Run Zeb on top by a length and a half. Trying to get in there second is Roxy's Tom, driven by Clifton Bell. Moving up on the outside third is Supreme Samson, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Racing fourth past the quarter-mile mark is Wilder, driven by Ryan Stahl. First quarter trotted in 30 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, it is Rose Run Zeb with the lead. And sitting in the golden chair second is Clifton Bell with Roxy's Tom. Racing third, that's Supreme Samson. Moving up on the outside fourth now, that's Secret Chaos Theory as Wilder goes off stride. Coming past the half-mile mark, that's Rose Run Zeb by a length and a half over Roxy's Tom. First half trotted in 1 minute and 4/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside, right over to the 3/4 mile mark, that's David Lake and Rose Run Zeb on top by a length and a half over Roxy's Tom. Still racing third is Supreme Samson. In their fourth is Secret Chaos Theory. Fifth is Banker's Slim Chance, and the last horse is Wilder. Going to that 3/4 mile mark, Rose Run Zeb opens up about 3 lengths now on Roxy's Tom. Still racing third at the rail is Supreme Samson. Up on the outside fourth is Secret Chaos Theory. 3/4 in 1:31. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's still Rose Run Zeb with the lead, but Roxy's Tom is second and coming on. Moving up on the outside, third now is Secret Chaos Theory, and along the rail fourth, that's Supreme Samson. As they race for home, that's Rose Run Zeb and Roxy's Tom. Rose Run Zeb, Roxy's Tom closing fast on the outside, but it's going to be Rose Run Zeb. And here the outcome. Roxy's Tom up for place, Supreme Samson for show. 1 mile and 1:59 and 4/5.
1:59 and 4, 30 and 2, 1 minute 4/5, 1:31. Rose Run Zeb. David Lake gets his second winner on the card. David won the 6th with Grover Hill in that track record performance of 1:59. 1:59 and 4 here for Rose Run Zeb, so that's just 4/5 of a second off the track record.
Would have tied the old
Tyler
record.
Bates, tied the old record. Tyler Bates having a great night.
Sure
He
is.
sent 3 to the post. He's got 3 wins.
Yeah.
That's 100%, am I right?
Razor sharp, yeah.
Rose Run Zeb, 3-year-old Bay Gilded son of Triumphant Caviar out of the Burnt Hanover mare. Tamika Seelster, Susan Bates, and Joel Civic of Woodsfield and Gibsonburg, Ohio owns. Rose Run Zeb's first win of the season, now in 14 tries. Second to 1, Roxy's Tom. Third to 2, Supreme Samson. Rose Run Zeb going to the winner's circle, David Lake. Let's go to the winner's circle with Bill Peters.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Gibsonburg and Woodville comes number 3, Rose Run Zeb, owned by Suzanne Bates and Joel Shevak, trained by Ty Bates, and driven to victory this evening by David Lake. That's a big hand here for the Bateses and Shevaks, David Lake and Rose Run Zeb. From the top. Number 1, Roxy's Tom was second. Number 2, Supreme Samson was third. Number 3, Rose Run Zeb was the winner. Number 4, Secret Chaos Theory was fourth. Number 5, Wilder was sixth. Number 6, Banker's Slim Chance was fifth. And number 7, Smooth Talkin' had been drawn. Time of the first quarter was 30 and 2/5. The half was in 1 minute and 4/5. The 3/4 in 1:31 with 1 mile in 1:59 and 4/5. From the top it should read 2, 3, 1, 4, 6, 5. Scratch the mile in 1:59 and 4/5. New lifetime mark on Rose Run Zeb.
Well, it's on to the 9th race. 2-year-old colt trot, this division for 6,420. A field of 5, and we'll be back after we hear from these great sponsors. to take a look at that 9th race.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Joe Cooper checks in from North Carolina. Mike Wilcox from Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Morgan Hagerman's watching. Bob Rollins watching in Jackson, Michigan. Donna Dowis from Centerburg, Ohio. Chris Payne says Grover Hill is back. Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Director Rusty Voorhees is watching from Eagle Brook in Salina. We're rolling right along. We got 3 to go, Matt. Got the Gordon Whitty trot coming up. I believe it goes postward after this 2-year-old trot, and then we close it out with a 2-year-old pace. As we mentioned, Ty Bates sends 3 out, 3 winners, 2 of them track record holders. And this last one would have been also a track record if he would have been before Grover Hill.
Yeah.
He was 59-4.
Yeah.
Grover Hill in 159, 157 for JB Magic and Drew Neal, who won the opener, gate to wire.
Speaking of some of those side jobs, I got offered to do a cornhole tournament Friday and Saturday in Canton. I don't know what channel that's going to be on. I'd probably ESPN2 or ESPN News or something, but I can't do it because I'm going to be in Mount Vernon. But I would love to be able to put that on the resume.
So like ESPN, that's what they do.
They hire a company that just crews it, and
Okay.
It's probably an ESPN truck. They'll just pull in, and then they call someone local that knows local people, and they just ask around who's available and who's not. And
Okay.
I would have liked to have been available for that one. I mean, I'm not a big cornhole player or anything. I just think it would be kind of fun to see. Spend the prize, Drew Neal.
Drew Neal, spend the prize. Rosie Weaver, probably not here. I believe she might have been racing at Carrollton today, but I'm not for sure. I don't believe I saw Rosie out there warming anything up. So Drew Neal to drive the 2, spend the prize. Field of 5, last rail standing, coming off the rail, Clifton Bell. 2-year-old Bay Gelding by Long Tom out of the Donnerell mare above the rail. 3rd career start, Bellefontaine in Ottawa. The first 2 starts of this youngster's career shows several breaks. 2, spend the prize. Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver, 2-year-old Bay Gelded son of Enterprise out of the Muscles Yankee mare. Spend it in. Heartland Acres along with Rosie Weaver own. First career start for Spend the Prize. Qualifier on June 25th at Delaware. Clocked in at 2:08.3. The 2, spend the prize. 3, Arby's Can't Be Touched. Mark St. Louis Jr. for Herman Hagerman. 2-year-old Bay Gelding son of Enterprise out of the Credit Winner mare. Credit Diva, $9,000 yearling purchase. 2 starts, has 1 second. That's the last time out at Bellefontaine. The 3, Arby's Can't Be Touched. 4, Hydroplane and Henry, Greg Bateson for Brian Boring. 2-year-old Brown Gelded son of Marseille out of the Cincinnati Kid mare. Ellen's Lucky Roll, Ernest Dares, and Ellen Bellamore own. 2 starts, is yet to hit the board in the 5 Dr. Speed. Tom Moore Jr. trains, drives, and owns. The 2-year-old Bay Gold Son of Enterprise, 3 starts, has 1 second. Let's go to Bill Peters with the post parade.
For a purse of $6,420, this is the Kaiser Sound of Fremont Trophy Race. Number 1 is Last Rail Standing, owned and trained by Matt Waltz of Clayton, Michigan, the driver Clifton Bell. Number 2 is Spin the Prize, owned by Heartland Acres of Wahonding, Ohio, and Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is RB's Can't Be Touched, owned by Ron Burks of Cypress, Texas, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 4 is Hydroplane and Henry, owned by Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, and Ellen Belmore of Sylvania, Ohio, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 5 is Dr. Speed, owned, trained and driven by Tom Moore Jr. of Napoleon. Horses will take 1 long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows closing.
What'd you get, Doug? I saw you over there hunting something.
No comment. Right on my arm.
Oh, really?
That little bird, that little birdie.
I think that's supposed to be lucky. I thought you were swatting a fly there.
Well, that's why I thought it was at first. I'm glad I didn't swat.
I think for fishermen, at least, if that happens, it's supposed to be good luck. I don't know about the racetrack.
Not for betting horses?
I don't know. Maybe we should go down there and put a couple bucks on something. We'll see. Might be onto something.
At least it didn't hit my shirt. It hit me right on the arm.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse spots, I guess. You're not wearing a hat either.
No, I was getting ready to say that. Always something going on. Fair time is fun time, as they say. We're rolling right along. We're on the 9th. Gordon Whitty Trot is up next. Then it is closing it out. The 2-year-old Colt Pace, final division.
Couldn't hardly turned out to have been a nicer night for as bad as they said it might be, you know, around this time. It's about absolutely perfect out right now.
Yeah, it's not bad. We got some wind. We'll check out temperature once again. It was up in the 80s. See if it got into the 70s yet. Well, it's still 84. Trotters have completed their score. They're making their way to the gate.
Right to the gate, the first horse in at the rail will be Last Rail Standing. Then comes Spend the Prize, RB's Can't Be Touched, Hydroplane and Henry with Dr. Speed on the outside.
Gates rolling. It's post time for the 9th.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away is Spin the Prize. On the outside second, off stride now goes RB's Can't Be Touched, and taking over second along the way of its Last Rail Standing. Moving up on the outside third is Dr. Speed. Now Last Rail Standing goes off stride. As they make the turn now to head down the backside, the racer toward that quarter-mile mark. Drew Neal has Spin the Prize on top by 3.5 lengths. Trotting second is Dr. Speed, driven by Tom Moore Jr. Racing in their third, that's RB's Can't Be Touched, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Fourth is Last Rail Standing, driven by Clifton Bell. The last horse is Hydroplane and Henry, driven by Greg Bateson. 33 and 1. First quarter trotted in 33 and 1/5 seconds. On the front end, that's Spend the Prize. 2.5 lengths back second, that's Dr. Speed. Third along the rail, RB's Can't Be Touched. Racing up on the outside fourth is Hydroplane and Henry. And the last horse off stride now is Last Rail Standing. As they round that turn to head down past the stands for the first time. Out there on the front end, that's Spin the Prize. Dr. Speed is second. Hydroplane and Henry ranges up on the outside third. Fourth along the rail is RB's Can't Be Touched, and farther back fifth is Last Rail Standing. Front four well bunched as they race past the half-mile mark. 7 and 1. First half trotted in 107 and 1/5. That's RB's that is Spin the Prize along the rail with the lead. On the outside second, Hydroplane and Henry. Dr. Speed is racing third. Moving up on the outside fourth is RB's Can't Be Touched, and farther back fifth is Last Rail Standing. As they head down the backside of the race over toward that 3/4 mile mark. That is Spin the Prize along the rail, and Hydroplane and Henry on the outside. They're only heads apart going to the 3/4 mile mark. Dr. Speed races third. RB's Can't Be Touched is right there fourth. 37 and 3. 3/4 in 137 and 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Spin the Prize at the rail. On the outside second, that is Hydroplane and Henry. They're racing head for head, nose for nose as they turn for home. Spin the Prize at the rail. Hydroplane and Henry on the outside. Dr. Speed right there third as they race through the lane. That's Hydroplane and Henry and Spin the Prize. Hydroplane and Henry and Spin the Prize. It's Hydroplane and Henry. Spin the Prize up for place. Dr. Speed for show. 2:08. A mile and 2:08.
Wow. I mean, that horse was so far out of it at the start.
Yep.
He made a break and would not settle.
Yep, and Hydroplane and Henry just wore down Spin the Prize. Midway down the backside, I figured it was Spin the Prize. It looked like I figured was a winner. But Hydroplane and Henry, Greg Bateson for Brian Boring, the 2-year-old Bay Gilded Son of Marseille out of the Cincinnati Kid mare. Ellen's Lucky Roll going to the winner's circle for the first time. Home in 2:08 through fractions of 33 and 1, 107 and 1, 137 and 3. Spin the Prize, you could say, did all the work, but so did Hydroplane and Henry. He was hung.
Bred by Ernie Ayers. I saw Ernie warming that horse up, and I thought that was a nice looking trotter, and I kind of checked him out in the program and kind of looked away. He hadn't shown much of anything quite like that just yet. But Ernie Ayers bred Hydraulic Hazel and Desert Haze, so he's got a nice band of trotting brood mares at the farm, I'd say. Sand Creek, Michigan. Actually, he was a teacher over there and the football coach of Brian and his brother Travis Boring.
Okay.
Going back a few years.
Second was the 2, Spin the Prize, Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver. Third, the 5, Dr. Moore and Tom Moore Jr. 4-1 on the 4, Hydroplane and Henry. That's a $10 ticket for $2 wager. Favorite was the 2, Spin the Prize, sent off at 8-5. Up next will be the Gordon Whitty Signature Series Trot for the 10th and then the 11th and final 2-year-old Colt Pace.
Track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Sand Creek, Michigan, and Sylvania, Ohio, comes number 4, Hydroplane and Henry, owned by Ernie Ayers and Ellen Belmore, trained by Brian Boring, and driven to victory this evening by Greg Bateson. Let's have a big hand here for Ernie Ayers, Ellen Belmore, Cooper Stambaugh, Greg Bateson, and Hydroplane and Henry. Here are the official placings for race 9 from the top. Number 1, Last Rail Standing was 5th. Number 2, Spin the Prize was 2nd. Number 3, RB's Can't Be Touched was 4th. Number 4, Hydroplane and Henry was the winner. Number 5, Dr. Speed was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 33 and 1/5. The half was in 107 and 1/5. The 3/4 in 137 and 3/5, with a mile in 2:08. From the top it should read 5, 2, 4, 1, 3 on the bottom. The mile in 2:08. In the upcoming race 10, number 2, Super Spirit. The driver will be Ryan Stahl. Ryan Stahl will drive number 2, Super Spirit.
Hydroplay and Henry, 1060, 220, 320. On to the 10th, the Gordon Whitty Signature Series Trot. Republic Return. Super Spirit, Rose Run Vincent, Normally Stormy, Tulsa Bell, Field of 5. We'll be back to take a look at the Gordon Whitty Trotters right after this.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio, on the banks of the Portage River. Doug Ballinger and Matt Clark. We go separate ways tomorrow night. I'll be calling the action at the Fayette County Fairground in Washington Courthouse with a 5 o'clock post. We have 12. You're going to Bucyrus. You'll be with Jay Wolf and Tom Pye tomorrow night. That's a 6 o'clock start at Bucyrus. They score 8 wide there, I believe.
Yep.
Am I right on that?
Yep.
Yep.
Some good racing there typically. It's a awfully fast track. Washington Courthouse should be a lot of fun with the Wiener Dog race.
Wiener Dog races.
Get a big crowd
yep,
for all
they
that.
get a big crowd. Lisa Swartz does it upright. I think she heads that up. You know, Lisa could anything Lisa puts her mind to, she'll do.
She's incredible.
Yes, she is the clerk for the lot of the fairs and charter, and then she is the secretary treasurer, I guess, for the Ohio Colt Racing Association. We have 4 circuits: the Southern Valley Circuit, Home Talent Circuit, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, and the Ohio Colt Racing Association. I believe it's 66 county fairs this year will hold harness racing at their fairs. 125 days, I believe. That includes Grand Circuit Week at Delaware. So we await the post parade for the Gordon Whitty Trot. No action as yet in the barn area.
A little bit of a long shot in here for me. Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at the board. I like Rose. I saw Rose Run Vincent warming up out there, and he looked good.
I'll never forget when we were working championship night this last fall in September at Scioto. I was working on the set with you guys, and you picked that filly. She'd won at Greenville.
I know.
She ended up in the Jugette. I think of her every time. Think of you every time I see her race. Was it $80 or $100 she paid to win?
80 some dollars, yeah.
She won at Greenville.
I couldn't decide between 2 different horses, and then decided, like, 40 to 1, no shot. I'll go with this 20 to 1. And boy, was I wrong and upset. What was her name? It was the Luther's horse, right?
Yeah,
Greg
Luther's horse, yeah.
Luther, yeah. And what was her name?
I think it started. There's a T in it. I know she won at Greenville.
Yep.
One of the partials.
I'll think of it when I'm halfway home. I guarantee that.
There goes a jet ski across the Portage River that we can see.
Terrapasta.
Terrapasta, yeah,
That's it.
Terrapasta. I knew it was with a T. Terrapasta.
Sounds like Greg and Todd Luther have a pretty nice 2-year-old filly. Race down at Oak Grove, down by the seaside, pacing 52-1, I guess, second career start.
I think today was Oak Grove's last day. I think.
Was it?
They closed today.
Starting to see things spread around a little more. I'm excited to see, next couple of years of these Catch the Fires, see if down
Yes.
by the seaside can get a little stiff competition. Not that there's not already, but he has been down.
Our celebrating post word for race 10. This is the Gordon Woody Trot. This is for 4-year-olds and up, a part of the Signature Series, going for a purse of $2,550 and a plaque and $100 to the winning driver from Joe and Fran Darmafal. Number 1 is Republic Return. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by Global Republic S out of Fantasy's Chip Chip by Chip Chip Array. He's owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, and Heartland Acres of Wahonding, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, driven this evening by Drew Neal, lifetime earnings over $140,000, a lifetime mark 156. Number 2 is Super Spirit. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old, by Southwind Spirit out of Rose Run Pearl by Chocolatier, owned and trained by Ann Russell of Britain, Michigan, driven this evening by Ryan Stahl, lifetime earnings over $54,000, a lifetime mark 201 4/5. Number 3 is Rose Run Vincent. He's a bay gelding, 7 years old, by And Away We Go out of Real Housewife by Ken Workington, owned by David Beachy of Berlin, Ohio, trained and driven by David Lake, lifetime earnings over $178,000, a lifetime mark 155. Number 4 is Normally Stormy. She's a bay mare, 8 years old, by Stormin Norman out of Punk's Embrace by Super Punk, owned, trained and driven by Brad Schaefer of Bluffton, lifetime earnings over $45,000, a lifetime mark 157 2/5. Number 5 is Tulsa Bell. She's a bay mare, 6 years old, by Don't You Forget It out of Keystone Isabella by Majestic Sun, owned by Robert Beachy of Berlin, Ohio, trained by David Lake, driven this evening by Mark St. Louis Jr., lifetime earnings over $160,000, a lifetime mark 154 4/5. Those are your horses for the 2024 Gordon Woody Trot. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering here in race 10. Your attention to the...
Well, there you had the post parade. Bill Peters told you the breeding and the earnings for these horses. Matt, who you go? I'm going to go with the 1, Republic Return.
Hard for me to go against Republic Return, but Rose Run Vincent, like I say, he looked good. And last 3 starts, he has drawn terrible at Northfield. Was it 7-8-7 or 8-7-8 or something like that?
Yes, 8-7-8.
I mean, that's already kind of rather not be there. Those kind of nights most
Favorite
of the time.
right now on the board, 6-5, is the 5 Tulsa Bell, Mark St. Louis Jr. Field of trotters gathering in the turn. The gate will be moving into position as we get ready to start for this 10th race. Republic Returns, Super Spirit, Rose Run Vincent, Normally Stormy, Tulsa Bell. Field of 5 for the Gordon Woody Trot. Looks as though they're finished at Carrollton.
Yeah, only 7 on the evening card, right?
Yes.
I think down there. They started the same time we did, I believe, right? 5 o'clock?
Yes. Elliott Deaton, I looked through the results on the USTA webpage here. He had a couple winners. Rothmount starting gate moving into position. And the Gordon Woody Trotters have been called. They're headed to the gate. The next voice you'll hear will be that of track announcer Bill Peters.
Post starting gate is rolling now.
I can't really hear you because you
Recall.
Recall lights are blinking. We got a recall on the 10th. Didn't see any action there. Somebody must have swerved over into somebody. Actually, these trotters are pretty good with that recall.
I'd say.
Got the wings open. See if he, Bruce Patterson, I believe, is our starter. I guess he's just going to keep on going, maybe. So it'll be take 2.
There they come. They're off and trotting. That's Rose Run Vincent in the middle of the track going out after here to lead along with Republic Return. Moving up third is Normally Stormy. Up on the outside fourth is Tulsa Bell. At the rail fifth, that's Super Spirit. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over that quarter-mile mark, David Lake has Rose Run Vincent on top by 2 lengths. Racing in there second is Republic Return, driven by Drew Neal. Moving along on the outside third now comes Tulsa Bell, driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. At the rail fourth is Normally Stormy, driven by Brad Schaefer. On the outside fifth now, taking over fourth is Super Spirit, driven by Ryan Stahl.
29.
First quarter trotted in 29 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. Out there on the front end is Rose Run Vincent by 2.5 lengths. Racing in there second, that is Republic Return. Tulsa Bell races third. Fourth is Super Spirit and Normally Stormy trails. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's still Rose Run Vincent with the lead. A length and a half back second. That's Republic Return, and closing in third is Tulsa Bell.
57.
First half trotted in 57 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Rose Run Vincent. The closest horse second is Republic Return. Tulsa Bell trots third. Then comes Super Spirit and Normally Stormy. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. Now, Drew Neal is out and on the move with Republic Return. That's Rose Run Vincent with the lead. Republic Return on the outside second, and Tulsa Bell is third and trying to catch up.
27.
3/4 in 1:27. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, Republic Return sticks his nose out in front. Coming back second along the rail is Rose Run Vincent, with Tulsa Bell racing third. Less than an 1/8 mile to go. That's Republic Return on the outside of the lead. Rose Run Vincent trying to come back at the rail. It's Republic Return and Rose Run Vincent as they race for home. Republic Return and Rose Run Vincent coming back. Republic Return and Rose Run Vincent tight at the wire. 3-horse photo. Rose Run Vincent, Republic Return, and Tulsa Bell. A mile in 1:58 3/5.
58 3. I believe Tulsa Bell surprised them all coming up the rail for Mark St. Louis Jr. That's who caught my eye as the winner. And then I believe it was Rose Run Vincent and Republic Returns. I figured right at the top of the stretch it was all Republic Returns race.
1-3 kind of all day, and then all of a sudden Tulsa Bell showed up and it got real dicey.
29 for the opening quarter, 57 seconds. That's a 28-second second quarter. 1:27. Got a little breather there. 30 seconds in that third panel. 58 3. It looks to me as though it might have been Tulsa Bell.
3/4 in 1:27. That's pretty hot out here right now.
Well, they went a hot second quarter in 28 seconds.
David Lake can't hardly get him pulled up. I mean, he is a handful. That's what he looked like warming up. I mean, he a little headstrong.
I would say he ended up being second and
wow,
52nd off track
Yeah.
record.
3 and the 5 both circling here.
Yep, I think my guess is 5-3, and then the one Republic Return was third. Just a great horse race.
Yeah. I think Mark St. Louis just yelled up, how about a dead heat?
The winner. How many think number 5 was the winner? How many think number 1 was the winner?
Most of them said to 3. Is that what I could hear?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I shot a Tulsa Bell here. She's a nice looking little filly.
I think they're looking at the photo now.
Trying to convince the judges to call it a draw.
Sabelle's going to the winner's circle. 6-year-old bay mare, but don't you forget it. Out of the Majestic Sunmare Keystone Isabel, David Lake, Robert Beachy, Mark St. Louis Jr.
Trot. Real good fit, nice finish. Ken Dumminger, we got some people coming down the racetrack. Got some people coming down to the winner's circle. And a dog.
Get that flag. Hey. He already
Let's really hear it here for Mark St. Louis Jr., Stacy Curry, Brian Novak, and Joe and Fran Darmafall for being sponsors of this race. A real exciting finish there at the end there for the 3 horses right there at the end.
I think we lost our tote board.
10 from the top. Number 1, Republic Return was 3rd. Number 2, Super Spirit was 4th. Number 3, Rose Run Vincent was 2nd. Number 4, Normally Stormy was 5th. Number 5, Tulsa Bell was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 seconds. The half was in 57 seconds. The 3/4 in 127, with a mile in 158 and 3/5. From the top it should read 3, 4, 2, 5, 1 on the bottom, a mile in 158 and 3/5.
David Lake, he drove the 3 Rose Run Vincent, is the trainer of both the 3 Rose Run Vincent and the 5 Tulsa Bell.
That makes sense why Mark St. Louis was saying just call it a dead heat.
Yes.
Doesn't really matter too much at that point.
So it's on to the 11th race, our 11th and final race of the evening, 2-year-old colt pace for $4,754, field of 6. We'll be back to take a look at all 6 2-year-old pacers right after this.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Well, we're back here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor. Final race of the evening. It's been a great 2 days, Matt. A lot of, especially tonight. 2 track records. Just a fifth of a second off of tying the trot there. Tyler Bates sent 3 out. Sent 3 to the winner's circle. 2 of them track records. 11th race coming up here. The 2-year-old colt Pace. The one truly flying. Cameron Keena drives for Brian Boring, the 2-year-old bay colt by Yankee Cruiser out of the Ponderosa mare, Truly Rosa. 2 starts, has 1 second. 2, Quick Slick, Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver. Rosie Weaver and Heartland Acres own in partnership. This is a 2-year-old bay go to son of Lather Up out of the Mach 3 mare, Marley B. A $9,000 purchase as a yearling. 1 start. Back on June 11th at Paulding was distance. 3 Serious Colt, Clifton Bell for Chris Beaver. 2-year-old bay colt by Fear the Dragon out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare, Serious filly. Bred by Emerald Highland Farms, Chris Beaver and Bradner and Tosia Mizoka of Chicago, Illinois own. 5 starts, has 2/3, third last start out at Bellefontaine. 4 is a man, David Lake for Ty Bates, 2-year-old bay colt, but Rockin' Amadeus out of the Pine Valley mare, Tricky Trendy. Susan Bates and Cedar Point Beach Racing own in partnership. 4 starts for is a man, 2/3. Third place finish last time out at Bellefontaine. 204-2 for is a man. 5, Need Bail Money, Curtis Harper, Mike Sweeney, Patrick Sweeney owns. 2-year-old brown goat, the son of Well Said, out of a stud named Sue mare. Sue's your daddy. 3 starts is yet to hit the board in the 6th Spartan Hill. Mark St. Louis for Steve Novak and Gerald Maja, 2-year-old big gilded son of Racing Hill, has 3 starts, 2 wins, $4,350, 2 minutes and a fifth at Paulding. 2 back was the winner on July 3rd at Marion of 205-1. Racing the Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto finished 4th, beaten 6 3/4, beaten by JB Magic, who was the track record setter for 2-year-old Pacers here in the opener tonight. Spartan Hill paced in 54-1 that night at Scioto Downs. So that's a look at the field for the 11th and final 2-year-old Pace.
3 already? Handing out some stickers.
Yeah, we be sure and stop by wherever you're at and get a sticker for your passport. County Fair Racing, sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Big prize at the end of the year. Send it in to the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association or give it to them, I guess, if you're at Lancaster. That's the last one. If you're there, I guess you could turn it in that day. Look across the way, we got 4. I believe we got 5. Need 1 more. 5 out. Need 1 more for the final here.
Also, great postword for race 11. This is your getaway race here for the 2024 Ottawa County Fair. This is the 3rd division of the 2-year-old colt Pace, going for a purse of $4,754. And 1 is Truly Flying, by Brian Boring, Adrian Mission, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Cameron Keena. Number 2 is Quick Slick, by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, and Heartland Acres in Wahonding, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is Serious Colt, by Chris Beaver of Radnor, Ohio, and Anastasia Vescova of Chicago, Illinois, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver Clifton Bell. Number 4 is Eisenman, by Suzanne Bates of Gibsonburg, Ohio, and Cedar Point Beach Racing of Fremont, trained by Ty Bates, the driver David Lake. Number 5 is Need Bail Money, owned and trained by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, the driver Curtis Harper. And number 6 is Spartan Hill, owned by Jerry Michael of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Horses will take 1 long score and go.
Looking across the way, the post time favored at 3-5 is the 6 Spartan Hill. 2-1 on the 4 Eisenman. How far a drive will it be for you, Matt, to Bucyrus?
Not bad. I think about an hour and 40.
Okay. So you have to get there quite earlier than like I usually do. You have to set up. So if post time's at 6, do you start to set up by 4?
Typically. I like to be there 3 hours out and then at least have stuff unloaded and kind of in place, and then I'll go walk around a little bit and see who I can seat it in the barn area, and then head back up and start setting stuff up. I hate doing it too early, but at the same time, I kind of like to have plenty of time to fix anything if it's going wrong too. Out in the open grandstand, I let it go. I cut it pretty close today. I don't want to turn stuff on until I absolutely have to.
Well, you'll have cover tomorrow night.
Yeah, they've got they got a big, nice grandstand there in Bucyrus. Yeah, I think I've got enough sun here for the last couple of days. I should be.
Yeah, we've had 2 in a row now. Bellefontaine, we work together, and here we're in the open.
I know we've got Findlay left.
Findlay left, yeah. That'll be in the fall. That's open. And we've had some hot evenings there.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I think
he should be covered, I believe.
Of the ones that I do, I know there's one out in the northeast side. I can't remember what fair that is. I'm pretty sure they're outside. Poor Frank, he's not had much luck. He was outside of Lebanon in the back of a hay wagon yesterday when the torrential rain came through.
Well, the gate's rolling for the 11th and final. Let's go one final time to the voice of the Ottawa County Fair. Here's Bill Peters.
For the 2024 Ottawa County Fair, they're underway. There they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away on the outside is Spartan Hill. Dropping in there second is Eisenman. Up on the outside third, that's Need Bail Money. On the rail fourth, that's Quick Slip. Moving along fifth is Truly Flying. And the last horse at this point is Serious Colt. As they make the turn now, head down the backside, they're racing over toward that quarter-mile mark. Mark St. Louis Jr. has Spartan Hill on top by 3 lengths. Racing in there second is Eisenman, driven by David Lake. Third is Need Bail Money, driven by Curtis Harper. Fourth is Quick Select, driven by Drew Neal. Fifth is Truly Flying, driven by Cameron Keena. The last horse, Serious Colt, driven by Clifton Bell. First quarter paced in 29 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's Spartan Hill by 2.5 lengths. Racing second is Eisenman. Farther back third is Need Bail Money. Racing up on the outside fourth is Quick Sled. Fifth along the rail as they race down toward the half, that's Truly Flying. And the last horse, Serious Colt. At the half-mile mark, that's Spartan Hill by 2 lengths over Eisenman. First half paced in 1 minute and 3/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Spartan Hill. The closest horse second is Eisenman. Farther back third is Need Bail Money. Moving up on the outside fourth now, that is, down the backside is Truly Flying. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark, that is still Spartan Hill with the lead. Racing second is Eisenman. 28. 3/4 paced at 1:28. And now Eisenman gains new life and is really charging up towards Spartan Hill. That's Spartan Hill only, but Eisenman is only 2 lengths back second. Oh, more than 1/8 mile to go. That is Spartan Hill and Eisenman. Spartan Hill was elbow time by about 2.5 as they race for home. That's Spartan Hill and Eisenman. Spartan Hill and Eisenman. It's got to be Spartan Hill, wire to wire. And here they all come. Eisenman up for place. Looks like Truly Flying got up for show. 1 mile and 1:59.
1:59, Spartan Hill, Mark St. Louis. A grand slam, 4 winners for Mark St. Louis. He had a big day yesterday, I believe, at the Franklin County Fairground in Hilliard's. Steve Novak trains a 2-year-old bay goat, the son of Racine Hill, out of the Sunshine Beach mare. Sweet Son, Gerald Maja, Michigan owns. 3rd win in 4 starts this year for Spartan Hill. 29-2, a minute 3/5, 128, home in 159. Second was a 4 Eisenman, David Lake for Tyler Bates. Tyler Bates sent out
big night.
3 winners, and second place finished with Eisenman here in the 11th.
Around the last turn, I thought he had a chance at a training
I
Grand
did too.
Slam there.
I
That
did
horse was
too.
coming. Awfully nice colt there in Spartan Hill, though.
He was a fan favorite, 4-5.
Yeah, just paced in 54 last quarter and 28-1 at Scioto. And
Was he in the
Buckeye
Yeah, he was in the
Stallion
Buckeye
Series, yeah.
Stallion Series. I think I mentioned that earlier, that he was 4th to JB Magic. You get JB Magic in this Spartan Hill and Believe in Tom all together in one race. It's going to be a pretty exciting race.
Comes number 6, Spartan Hill, owned by Jerry Migel, trained by Steve Novak, and driven to victory by Mark St. Louis Jr. A big hand here for Jerry Migel, Steve Nicole, and Brian Novak, Mark St. Louis Jr., Stacy Curry, and Spartan Hill, the winner of race 11. Race 11 from the top. Number 1, Truly Flying was 3rd. Number 2, Quick Slick was 6th. Number 3, Serious Colt was 4th. Number 4, Eisenman was 2nd. Number 5, Need Bail Money was 5th. Number 6, Spartan Hill was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 2/5. The half was in a minute and 3/5. The 3 quarters in 128, while a mile in 159. From the top it should read 3-6-4-2-5-1. A mile in 159. New lifetime mark on Spartan Hill.
Well, it was a great 2 nights of racing here at the Ottawa County Fair. 2 track records, 157 for JB Magic. Grover Hill, I believe, on the trot, 159. Ty Bates sent 4 to the track. He had 3 winners and a second. On the training side, a great night for him. Mark St. Louis Jr., a grand slam, 4 winners for Mark St. Louis. So all in all, in a Gordon Whitty trot, just a 1/5 of a second off the track record. Great racing, Matt. Some nice 2-year-old pacers. When these 3 very nice, 3 or 4 nice 2-year-old pacers, if they all get in one division, it'll be a battle.
Yeah, it's
they all draw in
be
together.
a fun summer watching these. And the fair finals are going to be great. I mean, that's just a lot of, on
Yes.
this side of the state, there might be some hiding stuff
Yes,
that we haven't
that's
even
just
seen
right
yet.
here we're seeing in this fair conference, yes. So tomorrow night we go opposite directions. You're in Bucyrus, Ohio at 6 o'clock. I'll be calling the action at the Fayette County Fairground in Washington Courthouse. We start at 5. We have 12 races. So the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will kick it off at 5 at Washington Courthouse and at 6 at Bucyrus. Till tomorrow night, Doug Ballinger and Matt Clark, so long from the banks of the Portage River.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio